2-3 on Radiant and the 3-4 on Dire. I talk about this a lot when I'm casting. Probably if people are used to hearing me, they'll hear it just consistently. But this is my favorite part of the draft. Probably the Radiant 2-3, but the Dire 3-4 is fun as well. But the Radiant 2-3 just kind of sets the tone for the entire draft on both teams. As we see Sand King, Bounty Hunter going to be the pickup. These heroes have been staples recently. Bounty just feeling kind of strong all of a sudden, maybe out of nowhere. Feels out of nowhere to me, but Sand King is kind of the opposite. This hero has just been a tremendous staying power recently, and for good reason. You get up to the Bloodstone, you kind of just can't die. So the Radiant lineup right now feels just very stable to me. They've picked heroes that mesh kind of well together. You know, the Treant Protector, Bounty Hunter both work on a vision basis, and Sand King can be your initiator, but also he can just be your raid boss. Seeing more hustle through the picks. As other side of the river, it's the Tusk Luna lane that we're going to be seeing, and this is probably one of the strongest lanes that you can possibly have nowadays coming out of the safe lane. I don't think much more needs to be said. We've seen so much Tusk, so much of Luna. These heroes have tremendous synergy, but they really bring it from level 1, and maybe level 2. Maybe you need to wait for that second skill point to come through, but not much more than that. And most likely we're going to be looking at a Bat Rider support over there as well, and then it's just going to be decision time whether you want to throw Pango in the mid lane, whether this hero is going to be out of the off lane, and you pick something to deal with the Storm Spirit as well. Speaking of this mid lane matchup, I'm actually very surprised, as apologies, looks like my audio was off, but we didn't miss anything. But I'm actually interested that this Radiant team picked the Storm here, instead of going for a carry here and picking mid in the last phase. And not for any of this, like, oh, you're going to sneak something by. But it does feel to me nowadays like there's a large number of mids that you can go for that, while they don't do the same thing, you'd be happy with any of them. And I don't think that 2 bans here would take out everything they want to do. Like, if you want to pick Storm, you have Storm Spirit, Void Spirit, Earth Spirit. I know I picked all of the spirits, but they're all jump heroes that, you know, can get involved early. But you also have more stable things. Like, you could always run Earthshaker out of the mid lane and say, hey, if it's a Pango matchup, I'm happy. And if it's something else, well, I probably won't lose.
Radiant team banned.
And meanwhile, we see a couple of carries banned out. We already had a couple of carries banned out earlier in the Bristleback, the Shadow Fiend, now taking out the Morphling and Medusa. And because of that, it's going to force them into this Terror Blade. Now, they did pick it very quickly, so maybe it's, you know, something in the pocket, right? But Terror Blade recently has not looked good. These Agi cores that are just high armor, I know Luna's one of them, but Luna really is the exception. Just feels like these carries that take a long time to get online, and even with the innate farming, aren't able to get ahead all that fast. You're not really able to join early fights on the TB, right? And meanwhile, Luna's going to go for a Dragon Lance, get involved at the 12 to 15 minute mark, and Terrorblade's going to be forced to go jungle and forced to find farm where he can. So it's going to be slightly awkward. I mean, it's going to be playing from behind from minute 1 when you pick a carry like this. And meanwhile, Dire boss up. They just go for the Invoker. It's going to be a stable lane, right? Throw him into the mid lane. He's going to lane against the Storm Spirit. That's all fine. Pango versus TB, also fine. You won't really be hindering the TB farm too much, especially with the safe Treant Protector behind him. But I do think that you just have to give the edge to Dire Draft here, right? Because Radiant, they've got stable enough supports. They've got the jump from the Storm Spirit. I mean, their draft comes together. But at the end of it all, it just feels like this Terrorblade is a liability through the first 20 minutes of the game. And if you're able to get over that hump, don't get me wrong, then you're totally fine and you're chilling. TB is going to be able to put the right-click damage in that you need, and you have a balanced draft. But what I'm worried about is that when Luna's looking to be active in one of her main power spikes, think level 12 timing, TB is going to be not interested in the slightest. And how much do you have to give up? So I really do think that you have to give up a lot. The Luna push with the Tusk behind, with the Alacrity to put on as well. You've got the Rolling Thunder. TB cannot be anywhere near these fights. There's enough magic damage to just burst them down. But there's also enough sustain to knock down the towers. Like, you're running a Luna draft. So the name of the game can't just be avoid fights and don't get caught, because Dire will be able to roll down some of your buildings. All that being said, might be overselling it a little bit, as Bray, he did snap pick this Terrorblade, was ready to play it, happy to play it. He does feel like he's going to have a chance in this game to hit that tipping point where you get an item or two ahead. I just think it's so essential for them here on the Radiant to get out to an early advantage in lanes. Maybe not even like a stable lane, but to get out to an early advantage in these lanes, so that when the timing comes for Tire, they have the option to weather the storm by giving back some of that net worth lead. Where if they're already behind, it just feels like this could snowball out of control.
The battle begins.
And not just because Tusk can be rolling in. It's a little unintentional pun. Funny, I'm not really allowed to be going crazy yet. This is the first game of, I guess 10, right? 5 BO2s over the next 2 days. Very excited to be here with you and bring them to you. We do get underway. The creeps meet in the mid lane. Cole versus Turtle. It's going to be Storm Spirit versus the Invoker. And I love the way Invoker plays nowadays. Just the ability, you go, you know, the right click way. You've got the Alacrity doing so much, and you have options. Whether you're going something like an early Orchid, you can go for the Witchblade. You just go full right click as kills across both side lanes that we're not watching. As First Blood is going to go the Dire way. They take down Filski, meanwhile, in the bottom. It's actually both offlaners going down. Bray with the level 1 meta, able to grab a kill. Now the rotation down bottom as well. Just continuing to set up down here. NKF going to find the stun first onto the Batrider. Could be in some trouble, but able to get his way back through the trees, and Dream Protector in some trouble here. NKF will make the TP up to the top, back to the base. So gonna walk his way out to the top lane. That's a lot of time that you're using here on the Bounty Hunter. Filski's gonna be really despairing in this lane. Just completely zoned by the Tusk. I wanted to watch the mid lane. I wanted to settle in and have a slow start to this one. Of course, we're not gonna be able to see it. It's down bottom. They lose the Treant Protector. And things are not starting well at all for this Radiant team. And talked about them needing to jump out to maybe an early advantage. This is not how you want your early lanes to shape up.
Dire's courier has been killed.
That being said, the CS does look decent on the Terrorblade. And Bray now with the Treant back in the lane, the Leech Seed. Getting him up, and TB is going to be farming away. Up on the top side, NKF. This truly is NA Dota. This is some nonsense. I can't even call this aggressive Dota. This is just nonsense Dota, where heroes are really dying every single possible place to stand on the map. Bounty Hunter picked off to the side. Bilski getting the first CS of his game, and is actually up there decently still. Luna with 6 denies. You can just see Filski, even left alone up here, going to be at a level disadvantage for the entire game. And Raid Boss Sand King only works when you are ahead. You can't just give up everything. So we have to take a look back down towards the bot lane as heroes are making their way, and the fight for the Lotus will be stolen away by Terrorblade. Batrider has 5 sticky napalm stacks up, and now going to turn things around towards the tree, and Dream Protector in a lot of trouble here. One more right click will just about do it. Maybe another. The Lotus coming through. He's going to live. He will end up trading out 1 for 1. Pango able to make his way in, but without mana for the shield crash. Not able to get the kill for his team first. Is the Metamorphosis used again? But ooh, actually able to snipe the Courier inside of the big creep wave as well. Bray taking the resources away from Complex LUA here. No way I'm saying that many syllables. Complex Lua it is. You know what else is funny, and I'm gonna get the point in while things are relatively stable on the map, but is casting these games where I'm not intimately familiar with the players always just makes me laugh at what I come up with reading players' names. Because I don't think I've ever done a single series where I've gotten all the players' names right within like 5 games of casting their teams. Like, I'll look back a week later and be like, oh, I just totally mispronounced or like misread the game 1, and then assume that it was correct. And while the players may or may not appreciate, I definitely do. As up in the top lane, through the gate, Filski getting some help, but Bloom just going to turn things around, takes him down first. Now Luna just trying to trade into the supports, held back by the Treant Protector, and will end up giving his life in the lane. Really nowhere to run there, as the Nature's Grasp was blocking off the escape routes. Still, they bring 3 heroes up here for the Radiant, taking in Treant from the gate, and they're only able to trade out 1 for 1. It will be a valuable kill, as Sand King really has been struggling. But now, back through the gate, headed to the bot lane, and we will return to something approaching normalcy. Complex Lua in some trouble. No mana for the jump away, but nice flame break. And now Bray has the sticky napalm stacks up. Here comes the Firefly looking for the kill. They've got Tusk in from the gate as well. And with that many stacks built up on him, he is certainly dead. Sure, you're going to lose your Batrider for it, but the Shard's able to take down an extra. Big Daddy Fade joins his buddy in the grave. Lots and lots of use of the gates here early on in this game, number 1 of the first best of 2 of the night. As we are approaching the 6-minute mark now, 7-4 already early on in this one, as Cole, nice dodge of the EMP there, forced to use a lot of the mana though, and because of that, not going to be easy to contest for the rune. Fortunately for him, it does spawn up on the top side, and then KF able to defend the arcane rune, and now going to try for the setup. Forced to pop the arcane immediately. Not going to get the most value out of that one on Cole, as he will back his way off. It's a very long zip. I was surprised he had the mana for it, actually, on Storm. I thought for sure he was going to just basically be forced off and have Bounty pick it up before going back to lane. He's doing a nice job for himself in the mid lane, Cole, but it is 11 denies for Invoker against him. So despite having the CS lead, it's not going to be enough. Down bottom, Bray was able to take down Tusk. You know, it's really my fault. I stopped looking down here when I saw Big Daddy Fade setting up for the Wisdom Rune at about the 6 minutes and 20 mark. And he still got the kill regardless. Now the Rolling Thunder underneath the tower. Got to look away from that rune once again, as Bray could be in some trouble, but the mana, it's not there. How many times have we said that? Complex Lua only had the mana for the swashbuckle, couldn't go for the jump. Because of that, he does pay it with his life, feeding another kill to the Terrorblade. Now 4-1-1, and they even hit the scan onto Invo, making his rotation down here. Bray, level 6, gets the Sunder back up to full.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
They did in the top side take down Batrider as well, who was hunting for that Wisdom Rune, but it did end up being both Wisdoms for the Radiant, as well as a couple of kills across the lanes in the meantime. And really, that has propelled them back to about even in this game, where they've got a slight net worth advantage. More importantly, got the XP level difference from those couple of Wisdom Runes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Got it.
Feels like my game is going slow today. So sorry about that if you guys can tell as well. Really are struggling. Turtle Shield Rune in on the rotation up to the top lane, trying to take down Filski, but already underneath the tier 1 tower, and this move is going to be off the mark at the end of the day. Bloom not going to complain too much here on the Luna, as well, going to find an Eclipse, and there's an easy one. Is actually going the Mask of Madness build on Luna, and I'm pretty surprised in a game like this that she is going for the Mask. Luna's one of those heroes that you basically have two build-ups that you can go for. It's either this Mask of Madness and you go jungle and hit a lot more neutral creeps, or you go for the early Dragonlance and you look to assert your pressure around the map. I was really expecting this Dragonlance, not only because you're against Terrorblade and can pressure that way, but also because against Storm Spirit, having the extra stats, it can really make a difference compared to just having the Mask of Madness. Like, all that's really providing you with is the lifesteal farm speed. So missing out on a bit of survivability, a bit of early tempo. And it's pretty rare, actually, to see people get both the Dragonlance and the Mask of Madness. You just end up spending too much of your gold on these little items that don't make a difference. But as I say that, Bloom does have both queued up, and Pilsky, ooh, the shard's just going to be escapable there. Pilsky heading his way down south towards the river. Dex starting to take a lot of damage inside of the Sandstorm, trying to get the ulti off, but it's not going to come through the epicenter. A bit late. Will be put on cooldown as well, but the cold snap holding it in beautifully. So both teams, not the most auspicious start to the series. I think both of them really, if you ask, wouldn't be too happy with what the beginnings of game number 1 has looked like. As down bottom, Cole gonna make the jump. Complex LUA able to get the swashbuckle back, and now the Rolling Thunder comes through. It's gonna connect onto a couple. Bray still turning and punching those right clicks in. The supports are here, but Complex LUA gonna need to get back as the HP simply is not. Now Cole ready to zip forward underneath the tower. They've got track on the back lines. Looking for Zex first. Tusk able to get into the snowball. Not going to pull his teammates, though. The stun, sure, it's going to connect forward. Another round of the Eclipse coming through as Bloom has made the TP, but they'll lose 2 to start it off. And Bloom now stuck in the Overgrowth. Just going to be forced back to his tier 2 tower. Maybe as Turtle's in as well, but he's starting to take a lot of damage. The Sunder going to keep Bray healthy. But it looks like that might just be the call to turn things around, as he is going to run out of the ability, or the rest of his team could just clean up. Bray not needed, as the dire side will fall underneath the tier 2 tower. NKF did a lot of damage there for a bounty hunter with no abilities. Cleaning up under the tower very nicely. I thought for sure Bray ran out of the meta, and his call immediately was, I'm going to get back to a high ground and not come and show my face again. And simply didn't matter. His team cleaned up around him. And now it's a 4,000 gold net worth lead. They've got the track kills to come through in that last fight. So I said both teams might not be happy with how the game started. It was a little bit of a mess. Much less of a mess here for the Radiant. That last fight was a commanding fight win. Bull waiting for the 12-minute rune is going to spawn up on the top side. Invoker picks this one up. Going to just take the double damage and head back towards the jungle. Keeping tabs on the Luna. Still planning on building the Dragonlance. I think this is quite slow against the Terrorblade. It gives him a lot of time to just build up his net worth advantage, and he's doing just that. Falcon Blade Yasha nearly on the Manta style as well for Bray. As I said, Terrorblade wasn't going to be involved early in the kills, but when the kills come to him, he's more than happy to accept. 5, 1, and 5 on the Terrorblade here, 12.5 minutes in. As flipping the game on its head for sure. This is Luna's window where she feels like she's ready to get all the kills, and instead, Bray's done a good job stealing them away for himself. And meanwhile, I mean, Luna's not quite keeping pace, but kind of keeping pace. The rest of the Dire lineup is starting to fall off the track. And some of it, I mean, some of it does go back to when they lost both their Wisdom runes at the 7-minute mark. The supports, you see Zex still level 5, trying to just leech XP off of the Centaur. It might just be enough, as nope, he's going to be 1 XP short. Exactly 1 XP short of that level 6. And the timing really not working out. The supports for Radiant hunting Bloom up top. He's going to be tracked. They're going to have the TPs coming in immediately. Tusk was able to get his level 6 in the mid lane. The Eclipse dropped down as well, but Luna's starting to take a lot of damage, saved by the Snowball. Bray has the Sunder available, but for now forced away. As the Epicenter going to grab a double kill, and Bray's in for the cleanup duty. The Rolling Thunder on the back line is going to try and salvage what they can. They've already lost their Luna, and they're going to grab a couple of kills on the way out. Just gonna end up being the 2. It's another big fight for the Radiant side. Bring numbers up to the top side, and more than happy to get done what they got done. Storm Spirit not even required, so able to just farm up, take the mid tower. Grabs a regen room for himself as well, as Cole more than happy as the Storm Spirit. Going for a deep zip, but might have put himself a bit out of position here. Hold that thought. Orchid complete. Going on. Invoker in the mid lane. Leave looking for the angle on the lasso. Will be able to pull him back underneath the tier 2. But the regen rune just able to get Cole out to safety. That was close. It's a very, very ambitious play in the mid. And looks like he's ready for round 2. The Orchid back up. He's going to find the connection. This time there's no lasso to bail him out. The Orchid burn will just be taking down Invo. Now the TP not going to happen. Looks like Cole this time may just pay with his life TP. Cancelled by the Snowball. They will take him down. Much needed return kill there. But things might not be done. Okay, Fango took the Twin Gate out. Lost sight of him for a moment, but the tier 1 tower not going to be so lucky as it can't make its way through the Twin Gate. Can't sit on that bot lane.
Radiant are scanning.
And Bray making the call. He wants to defend the tier 1 down here as well. Dire are starting to bring numbers. For now, just Terrorblade and Bounty here to try and hold the tower. It looks like it's going to be enough. The rest of the team was taking the gate behind. NKF dusted up a bit far forward from his team, but just going to walk it off. Got the full Solar Crest ready on the Bounty Hunter. This is a very nice timing, by the way, as you can see the track gold has injected quite the net worth advantage into his veins. 4,800 gold on the Bounty Hunter. So he looks to get farm any way possible. The rest of his team going to take down the tier 1 tower in the bot lane. And that's going to be all the outer tier 1 towers taken down by the 16-minute mark. And that makes things very, very rough for a lineup that should be playing from ahead at this stage of the game. I mean, 15 minutes. This is the Luna window. Bloom really struggling to just keep the net worth up. Maybe, I mean, maybe not. Hold that thought. Pango up in the top side. Again, Leaf coming in. He's going to find the lasso once again. They need to find the chain stun. Able to take him down. Up in the tornado. The MP, it is going to latch, and they'll find 2. For a moment, it looked like Cole might be able to zip away, but Tornado didn't give him enough invulnerability afterwards. Will be taken down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But my point before was Luna 100% early on here wants to be added to Terrorblade in every department. The kills, the farm, the gold.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And if I'm honest, should be. I mean, I know Terrorblade also has the built-in steroid. But Luna's just comes online so much earlier. Especially going for the Mask of Madness build, because you hit a point in the mid-game where you're not thinking about Satanic yet, and the Mask feels a bit like some dead net worth. It does provide you with resources, but not the most.
Bottom tower is under attack.
As we see, it was straight into the Manta for Bloom, but he's got the Dragonlance queued up afterwards as well. So still thinking about going back for it. It's NKF. Gonna be bounced back. Is Invis and just walks out of that one. Alright, a little bit of fear from the Dire. They didn't want to overextend into just a Bounty Hunter. He didn't have the backup, but it's hard to know that, right? It's hard to know that there isn't another hero behind us. Sorry for that one. Cole jumping in on to Pango, and looks like they might just be able to take down Complex Lua. Bray with the Metamorphosis right clicks was able to grab him. Smoothest camera motion there as we got Right on top of that kill, right? Definitely didn't freak out and overshoot.
Stupendous.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Goodness. Pretty sure I would make the worst observer ever, you know?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What can you do?
Radiant's
Down to the bot
bottom
lane, they're
tower
able to
is
take
under
down the first tier 1 tower for their side, as Turtle will have it. Got Witchblade in hand, and now working his way towards the
Dire's top
BKB.
tower is under attack.
Not been the most amazing Invoker game, though, as his farm has taken a back seat to trying to just hold out against this lineup. Bloom turns things around, the Eclipse. They're going to find the lasso as well on a Terrorblade. There's a lot of damage coming through, and they'll just have Bray. Dies with a Mega Streak, and that's a ton of gold. 566 plus 561. That is a fortune for 20 minutes in. Just kind of had ships in the night there. You have your two position ones run into each other with not the most behind. Invoker able to come over and just take down the TP, but that is a gift kill. If the hunt's still on, Blink Dagger for Tusk means he's going to be able to run into Filsky. Filsky trying to get up to the high ground. Will be taken down, not able to channel the Epicenter. I've seen that a couple times this game, actually. It's been hard to channel Epis.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Poor Filsky this game, and it's not the kind of game where Sand King's going to just get it off in the middle of a fight every game. He might need to play this more traditional Sand King style where you're getting it off beforehand and looking for the Burrow Strike angle in. Just because there's Cold Snap, Snowball, the Punch, Loosen Beams getting thrown around from everywhere. There's just so many ways to just interrupt the Epi channel
Radiant are scared.
that it can be difficult. Now, Filsky gonna thank his stars. It's not 5 years ago when if you canceled it during the channel, it just you lost the cooldown. That would truly be rough. Alright, so we see a 3-man smoke here, the two supports, along with Cole, as they're going to head their way back towards the Tormentor. They know something's going on. They know it's the Wisdom Rune timing. Instead, going to be a bit late
Damage.
to contest the Tormentor, but they will snag the Wisdom Rune that was left behind. NKF says, thank you very much for that experience. I will certainly take it. As now, with the Tormentor being taken down, it looks like the tier 2 towers all but forfeit as Bray Solar Crest on him. Heroes, he knows that they're low. They'll have to go back to the fountain to heal. Just steps up and takes it. And he's more than halfway to a Scotty, by the way. Bray is large and in charge at the moment, so picking up right where he left off before that first death. It's dire smoke time, as it's the supports and this time the Pango, so you're off laner. It is Blink Dagger on Tusk as well as on the Bat Rider. Both these supports ready to look for the initiation window. They will find a lasso connection onto the Storm Spirit, see if they have the damage. Walrus Punch up into the air. They'll have the Rolling Thunder as well, but not going to be able to take Cole down. Simply didn't have the damage. They brought 3 controllers, but not really the damage dealer. So Cole gets himself out of there. Dip comes through, as it was a very big help by the Overgrowth there to make sure Cole wasn't chain stunned by that Rolling Thunder. But we saw both the Blinks in action. Support's trying to get themselves involved as Bloom makes his way into the Roche Pit. They've zoned the heroes out of this bot lane with that smoke play, so despite not connecting on a kill,
Dire's top tower is under
gonna try and pick things up with an Aegis. Luna gonna be happy to put that one in their back pocket.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant are scared. Their shrine has fallen to the dire.
Aegis in hand. Heroes will TP out of here as in the meantime Radiant continuing to knock down these tier 2 towers, this time the mid one. Traded off for that Roche kill. Not going to be the happiest to trade that way, but it is important that if you ever make the call to not take Roche or not contest, or even if you don't have the read, making sure that you get something. Always better than getting nothing.
I'll take your tribute.
Down to the bot side, Zex. Playing around this ward. Now, NKF did TP here. But bringing Cole, he's going to be lurking around Farming up the camps out of vision for now. See how ambitious they want to be on the Dire right now. The rest of the team all the way back in the triangle. The jump would be very awkward. It looks like they're not going to have it, as no one going to step up to farm this wave. Invoker will grab it, and likely will give up the idea that there is vision in the area. NKF spotted out, dusted up as well. Leaf didn't want to commit the lasso. Now the Rolling Thunder's really not going to hit either. Complex LUA finally going to find the connection, but Cole, he's in, and they'll take down the support straight away. Bray, Scotty completed, had the connection as well. Now chasing down onto the Luna. Filsky with the holdback, and this is disastrous. Is Luna going to be dragged back to the camp, but the snowball only pulls him away, not pulling him to safety. Luna certainly going to go down twice, as in the middle of the world. It's going to be a triple kill for the Terrorblade. Bray didn't take a singular point of damage in that engagement. Meanwhile, I was able to dish out about 4,000. And really just some miscommunication there if you are the Dire, because they didn't want to commit the lasso onto NKF, but they used the Rolling Thunder, and because you use one and not the other, Rolling Thunder just doesn't connect onto anybody. They use most of the duration chasing deeper and deeper and deeper into the jungle. Makes it about the easiest turn play that you could possibly have for the Radiant. Now the tier 3 tower is already fallen. Bray getting to work on the range racks. No more Metamorphosis to work with. Not going to stop him from taking these racks down. He is stuck inside of the shards. Sunder available on the team. Well, they're going to jump forward. They find Leaf, and now Cole. Zip in, zip out. Bray going to walk back. And there's no more follow-up. Not able to hold these heroes up on the high ground. As now going to turn it around and start to go back in the Rolling Thunder. He will manage to get it off Bray. Walking into melee range. Like I said, no meta. Starting to take a lot of damage. Needs the Sunder, but not going to find it. Bloom finds 2 with the Eclipse. The BKB couldn't have been more well-timed, as the fresh 9-second makes sure that he can engage in that one. You can see your traditional NA throw up on the high ground, going in. They had the full retreat on top of the range racks and just thought, but what if we didn't leave? What if we went back in? Proved to be their undoing a little bit, because TB just in melee form, you're not the same hero. We've seen so many times that TB is able to put right clicks onto the Rolling Thunder ball, and that because of that, Pango can't play the game that he wants to. Instead, when you're in melee, you're not able to do that, so there's no threat. Pango gets perfect chain stun onto 3 heroes on the high ground, right? And fight totally just falls apart. Game takes on an entirely new complexion when you give up kills on the high ground like that. Because Luna was looking a bit down and out, now BKB on top of a Chrysalis, and working towards the level 20 talent. Luna really becomes a new hero when you hit this level 20. You can find beams onto the backline and whittle supports like no one's business. And Storm Spirit in particular has to be careful with that, because if you do get beamed off to the side and take some damage, he is going to find a jump onto Complex Lua, and Pango in some trouble in the middle of 4 will be taken down. The Flame Break not nearly enough to hold these heroes back. Like I said earlier, best observer, right? We all wanted to see the Centaur's stats in that engagement. Didn't need to see anything else, just the Centaur stats was important. Filsky Bloodstone completed, has Blink Dagger as well on the Sand King. Blink Dagger completed for the Treant Protector as well. Hit some beautiful overgrowths early on into this one. It's going to just make it that much easier with the full Blink online. Blink Dagger really is the Treant Protector's dream item. I mean, it just does not get better. And you can play so far away in the trees and still be in position to hit this overgrowth that can swing a fight.
Got it.
I mean, the amount of control that you can put out from the Treant Protector. Overgrowth with a blink, and then later on the extension obviously is hunting for a refresher. Leaf looking for Cole, able to get the zip, and he'll pull all the way back. Lincoln Sphere up on the Storm, so not an easy connection to find there. Meanwhile, the rest of the Radiant team smoked up towards the tier 1 tower, just flushing out any heroes that might have remained. And now Bray gonna lead the charge forward. Smoke gonna break onto Invoker, and this is not the pickoff you want to give away. Turtle the Force Staff buying him some space. BKB popped as well, still running. Invoker getting those legs to work, trying to hold heroes back with a blink forward. Now gonna connect forward on the Overgrowth. Rolling Thunder comes in, but it's gonna be too late as Invo falls. Bray totally healthy on the back lines, hitting into that ball like he wants to. Pickoff completed onto Invoker. Now the zip forward gonna find just one more hero. Tusk doing what he could to hold the wave back, but it's only gonna last so long. Cole zips him down. Once again, it's gonna be high ground time, Bray. The meta will be running out, but not in time, as he'll get to work on the melee barracks. And what melee barracks, you may ask yourself, because it's already gone. Now into the Demon Zeal. Shard picked up for TB and takes short shrift of the tier 3 tower, already nearly falling. They'll use the lasso on the backlines, trying to take down the tree and protector. They will find him. Bloom gonna be caught by the vortex, but able to walk back to the fountain. In the meantime, ranged barracks has fallen. The illusions getting to work on Pango as well, but the rest of the team will TP out. A little bit more disciplined this time than the first go around, as Radiant don't want to give anything away on the high ground. They've learned their lesson, right? They understand that there's one way to lose this game, and it would be losing your Terrorblade without Aegis, pushing high ground in melee form. Now, I'd like to think that they wouldn't need to learn this lesson in-game, but obviously they did. Now, what's the only thing worse than doing it once would be doing it twice, so at least they've not done it. Might just be giving up one more here as NKF. Caught in the bot lane. Will be taken down, but the jump forward on the side, Bloom, BKB is going to turn with the Eclipse. Cole, more than enough mana to get away. Filski, not so lucky.
Lost in the woods.
Yeah, Cole had a zip. Filski did not have a zip, and the Eclipse made pretty short work. This is level 20 Luna, level 21 now, with the Conda and with the Nemesis Curse as well. I mean, look at the damage. Ah, that's the wrong damage. Guess we're not going to see it. Dota's going to keep its secrets. "31 minutes in, 25 to 23, but a 7,000 gold lead for the Radiant.
Are scanning.
Excellent fast start to this game 1.
Radiant's bottom
Continuing to
tower
hold
is
that
under
advantage
attack.
through majority of the game. Now with the BKB
Radiant
completed on
structures are
Terrorblade,
fortified.
they're just negotiating a time and place, and that time and place might be 2 minutes from now in that bottom corner of the map, because Roshan will be respawning. Is a long spawn. Bit unfortunate for this dire side, as they were in position, but going to be
Dire's top
forced to
tower is
retreat.
under attack.
Radiant headed through the gate, and they make their way down to this corner. Gonna smoke the Terrorblade in the middle of the wave. Slightly awkward. But this move about as telegraphed as it could be regardless, so not giving up all that much.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Invoker, he's got 15,000 net worth, but it really doesn't feel like it, huh? Witchblade, BKB, a couple of Null Tally, a couple of Wraith Bands, excuse me, and building towards a Hex, but he's got 4,000 gold in the pocket. Early, it just feels like this game's been hard for the Invoker. Especially because he did well out of the lane, as like he had so many denies early on. He did a good job keeping Storm low. Got some decent net worth to come through. It's just those early engagements just did not go his way. A couple of times brought down to the bot lane pre-10 minute mark, and just probably pre-13 minute mark, right? It was a little bit later than that. But either way, just lose so many of those early fights. Another hero whose game it's definitely not been, by the way, is Filsky on the Sand King. Got the Bloodstone up now on top of the Blink and a Veil. He's building up a Yule Scepter as well, but so often we see Sand King be the hero that takes over games, right? Just like you're an unkillable monster, and anytime they committed to you, it's into Sandstone. Not what we see now. Sunstrike scout things out as Dire, they are making their way down here. Terrifying to fight against Pango in the pit, so we'll see Radiant back off for now. Complex LUA is smoking a break onto NKF. And the jump forward is going to miss, and now Zex is in with the snowball. They'll find the Eclipse over the top. They'll take down Filsky first. Pull out a mana as well. He can't get the zip away. They've already bought back on Sand King, but this fight is crumbling around the Radiant. Now going to buy back onto Cole and Bray from the high ground. Going to try and hit into everybody. He's found the two supports first, and they'll be taken down. Complex LUA channeling up the gate. Now jumping forward on the back lines with the swashbuckle, but just give the Sunder over to Bray. Bray healthy on the back lines. Double kill for him as the rest of the team has fallen on the Dire side. It's a couple of buybacks for the Radiant. A couple of core buybacks as well. But it ends up being enough to win them the fight. As Bray, there was a moment of panic. Just a moment. I mean, not too much. You see, he's got good positioning on the high ground and could have went to nothing. The overgrowth is gorgeous there, by the way. We're going to watch that overgrowth for a second time for sure, because the overgrowth just absolutely saves the day. Otherwise, the Rolling Thunder connects on to everybody. Oh my goodness. I didn't notice how close that was in the live game. Yeah, just to watch it again, let the replay cycle all the way through. Overgrowth a millimeter away from the TV. Would have bounced onto him 2, 3, 4 times. Oh my goodness. He gets so low too, and then just able to get the Sunder off and swap things over. Anyway, in the meantime, there was a little bit of a Roche snafu in the live game. It ran out of duration bot lane. They had to wait for it to go top and blah, blah, blah. They got the Aegis. It's on to Storm Spirit. Didn't miss anything. It's fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bray was able to take down a Tormentor, get the Ag Shard onto Filsky. Be happy for a little net worth injection, because without it, he's behind the Bounty Hunter. Track Gold really paying dividends in this one, as NKF 2, 5, and 19 assists for the BH. Whoever thought you didn't have gold. It's got Pipe, Lotus, and the Solar Crest. Now working for those Boots of Bearing. Every time I see Boots of Bearing, I still want to call them Woodland Striders. That item was in the game for such a short time. It was tier 5. I probably only got to see it played with like one time. And forever, Boots of Bearing will make me think, Woodland Striders. Filsky, jump up onto the high ground. Not the target they were looking for, but zip onto Complex Lua. For now, just content to slow siege, and for good reason. The Terrorblade Illusions are doing some good damage to this tier 3 tower. See what Cole can do. Double damage. Gonna be activated. Looking for the zip onto the back lines. Burrow strike forward. Finds 2 cores. Now the jump in. They see the Tusk on the side. Filthy in with the epicenter, and he's able to get the Yules off as well, as Bloom's BKB just gonna be used to run back to the fountain. Bray, large and in charge, ran all the way under the tier 4 towers. Now gonna walk his way back. Had to use the Sunder defensively, but ready to turn and fight for round number 2. This time takes out more heroes. Pull it into a third. There's 3 heroes dead for the Dire. That's a buyback for Leaf as well. As Bloom can do nothing but watch his team crumble around him back into the fountain. And the Racks have taken a tumble in the meantime. One more for the Megas, and it's the melee down bottom.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Bray makes his way down there. Cole ready to hit into it as well. They will take it down along with the Mega Creeps. Now the jump forward onto Invoker on the back lines. The Burrow Strike connects as well. They'll take him down. No buyback available for Invoker as the tier 4 tower is set to go. Just waiting for creeps to enter the base. They will join. The last round of the glyph going to be used as well. And Bloom, see if he can man versus the world this one. Trying to hit into Cole here, but falling super low. Bray in the melee form, but it doesn't matter as he's able to just cleave through the Luna. Bloom with the buyback, trying to get himself back engaged. Cole's low on the mana. Trying to roll his way out of this one as thinking about walking back in. Got to be careful about the glaives bouncing around. Bloom nearly killing himself with that Terrorblade reflection. Still holding the Ancient in check for now. Bray gonna start to turn his attention towards it as Cole jumping in deep. A minute left on the Aegis of the Immortal. Sticking around, he knows that if he dies, he's gonna come back with full resources. So he's gonna get the most out of his life, and he's not even gonna go down the one-time Bray. Another kill onto Complex Lua, and Bloom can do nothing but watch the throne go down. BKB in the center of it all, and he will fall regardless. GG gonna be called. As from minute 0, this game really was. I guess minute 2, this game really was. Just all a Radiant win. Never in doubt, except for the few minutes that it was in doubt. I mean, sometimes it's like that, right? Sometimes it's just like that. 40-minute game 1, though, I mean, it's about all you can ask for in terms of getting a good first start to the BO2. And like I was saying, the beginning of the game was a mess from both teams. I don't think both teams can be all that happy with the first 10 minutes of their game. Despite the advantage still going Radiant, and it shouldn't have in the first 10 minutes, I don't think they could be happy either. It was just such a mess. Heroes dying all over the place. Just not able to accomplish all that much. I think that'll get cleaned up as teams go. I know it's very tempting to not do a ton of warm-up before game 1, just because you know you have a long weekend worth of games ahead of you. So I'm expecting it to be the case where game 2 will see a bit cleaner of a performance coming out of these two teams. But we'll see. We will yet to see. I'm going to throw it to a quick break, actually, while we do wait for the lobby to get made for game number 2. We'll be back shortly with the second game here in this first best of 2 of the night. See you soon.
Para enloquecerme, pero voy a draw the line. Que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away. Sé que como un trofeo quieres tenerme, pero I don't need no one. Que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away. No, 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 baby, no, 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 no setbacks. No, 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 baby, no, 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 this time. You broke my heart once again. I won't buy the dust in return. I can't give in, I can't give in. I won't give in this time. You broke my heart once again. When you bad, but you bad it for me. I can't give in, I can't give in. I've already run with the wolves. Far from the light of the day. I can't go smile and you started to make your way through. The crowd, it grew so loud. You and I didn't even care. I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear. I've loved you since I met you. Did I ever tell you that? I tried to push you out, you pull in. I fell hard so fast. There you were on the other side of the room. Place was filled, but all I could see was you. You're magnetic, captivating, and you know it's true. Sent a smile and you started to make your way through. The crowd, it grew so loud. You and I didn't even care. I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear. I've loved you since I met you. Did I ever tell you that? I tried to push you out, you pull in. I fell hard so fast. There you were on the other side of the room. Place was filled, but all I could see was you. You're magnetic, captivating, and you know it's true. Sent a smile and you started to make your way through. Pray for me, I'm not far behind. I know that I can change. Remembering all of those nights beneath the window frame. Don't know why we keep going round and round in the same place. Can't decide to live my life on the ground or in outer space. Memories keep me waiting for you, keep me waiting for you. Leave with me to the stars above. I think I'm ready for you. Wait for me, I'm not far behind. I know that I can change. Remembering.
All right, we are officially back. Here we go for game 2, and you might notice it looks very similar to game number 1. I'd have to confirm with the bands, which I probably should just do now. But I have a feeling these are the same exact bands. We loaded into lobby, and all 7 bands were instant, as well as the Tree and Protector.
Radiant team ban.
We do have the same pick side order as well. So very, very interesting stuff. I love, like, what little nuanced stuff you can get from draft. Most of the time you do see the same 7 heroes banned in the first phase, or at least more often than not, I would say.
10 seconds remaining.
Because at this stage in Dota, people do understand that if they lose game 1, it's generally not a problem with their first, like, phase bans. They took stuff out that they didn't want to play against. And so it's understandable. But just because you lost game 1 doesn't mean you want to take it out for
10
game 2.
seconds remaining.
Or put it in for game 2. There's a point in there somewhere. If you like dissect my words enough, you can figure it out. I was looking to try and pull up the ticket information, but I can't seem to find it, which is worrying for me. Oh, there it is.
Radiant team picked.
Storm Spirit.
But so that's where the similarities do end in the draft, is the first couple of picks. Or the first one pick, I should say, as well as the first handful of bans. Just checking now, it was Marcy, Ogre, SF, and Bristleback was first banned. Versus Doom, Brewmaster, and Shadow Demon. So the only ban that was different was... Bristleback was not first banned.
Radiant team picked.
It is this time around. And then it gets picked first, immediately. So hey, there you go. Something really
10
is messing with
seconds remaining.
my Dota today. It's not happy.
5 seconds
I'll have to
remaining.
figure that out. But alright, boss up not messing around here. Bristleback and Storm Spirit. Just insta picked up.
Okay, I'm back. Let's go.
Hey, alright. We've got Tool, everybody. Hooray. Tool,
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. You are here to save
problem.
me from despair.
Just talking to yourself the whole time.
That is what I used to talk to myself for like 10 hours straight to do these. It was actually like certainly a time. It was a good time. I was thinking about it when I was getting ready to do the like 5 series weekend, and I was thinking like, oh, it's only a 5 series weekend. That's not a lot compared to what I've done in the past. But also it's been a long time, and my voice will not thank me come Monday.
Yep.
So
Wait,
yeah.
BO2s or BO3s?
BO2s for this.
Okay. So 10 games.
No,
yeah.
so
10 seconds
yeah, League of Lads is more like a traditional event, except when we get to the playoffs, it will drag out over a very long time. So we are having the entire group stage played today and tomorrow. There's 9 teams signed up. It is a $500 prize pool league. Winners get 330, I think. I can go find the announcement. It's like 330, 110, 60 is your splits for 1, 2, and 3.
That's
it
pretty
was
fast.
a-
Whole group stage in one weekend. That's crazy.
I mean, for a small league like this, it's pretty traditional though.
Mhm.
But then it ends up being like one playoff round a week, for the next month and a half. So the group stage is fast like normal, and then the playoffs aren't over like this weekend and next weekend. They are over the next forever. So that slows down quite a bit. We did see the Cole equals Guts team on Radiant. They did win game number 1. I know you told me you were following along a little bit that game, but they did take it in 40 minutes. They pretty much just won lanes that they weren't supposed to win, or at least won the early mid game they weren't supposed to win, and just kind of snowballed the advantage from there.
Yeah, I feel like they got away with too much on their team. So let's see if they can change that this time.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it might have actually propelled this Dire side to pick a lineup that's a little bit, I don't know how to say, like, a little bit less coordinated and cohesive, because their draft last game looked very, very strong to me. And because it didn't work out, I think they've gone a bit more for, like, we're going to go for these heroes that we think we can just try and win the lanes in, and we'll worry about the game come later.
Yep.
So they've got a similar style with the Bristleback pick and the Storm Spirit of, we're going to pick something that can snowball the game later on. But their lanes do feel a bit stronger to me this time, where you've got Bristleback, in theory, going into the safe lane, where he should be fine. And then you've got this Muerta support to just be a kicker at some point later on.
Yep. We have seen like the pos 5 from Mr. Black a few times too, right? Just spam the goo.
I've seen it in Playfly. I don't know if any of these guys play it. I'm assuming this is the very traditional Ags into Bloodstone into SNY, like take Roche at 22 minutes. Whatever the exact timing is. I mean, Bristle's one of the most formulaic carries that you can get now. It always makes me chuckle. It's like, no matter what player is playing it, you take Roche within a 45-second window. And I forget exactly what the timing it is, but I'm gonna say like, oh yeah, it's like 22 minutes flat to 22 minutes 45. You just take ages. If you haven't done that, you've made a mistake.
Yeah, it's usually like 2 items. I think the second item timing or something like that, you know?
Yeah, Ags and the Bloodstone gives you enough to just go and take Roche for pretty much free.
Seconds remaining.
I have seen some people wait for the SNY to be finished afterwards just because it's cheap. Like, you waited an additional couple minutes, and that's if you're having a good game, you can just accelerate into it. I don't think it's worth doing, though. Like, you can just take it without. I haven't really talked about the Radiant draft. They went with the Ember Spirit. I'm rather surprised by.
I'm surprised Beast got in, you know? It's a pretty strong pick nowadays.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so this league, for a little bit of context, is slightly different from like what we're used to with Playfly, because all of these guys know each other very much, play a lot of games in various, like, I'm gonna call them more like pub leagues, but play a lot of in-houses, like know exactly what each other play, and will use these games to talk shit for the next 3 months until we do it again.
That's the best kind.
Yeah, but so a lot of the bands that you'll see come through, especially, are like, you see bands that are specifically target bands because this guy has said offhand comment 2 months ago that he really loves to play this hero, and then it gets banned in every single game against him.
That sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah, it is an experience.
10 seconds remaining.
I see the chat coming through, even though it is on a delay. It's a nice highlight, just like from last game.
Have you played the Call of Duty games like Warzone and shit?
I haven't played Warzone, but I've played the COD games. Yeah.
Doesn't like Beastmaster's the plate thing look like one of those armor plates? It looks kind of weird.
That's funny, actually. It kind of does, like the big belt buckle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this is something you see on the ground and you pick up and like you put your armor on in Warzone. Yeah, I don't play it that often, but I played it for like I think the first few weeks when it came out.
Yeah,
and it does look like that. You just slide into your. Oh, so it is gonna be the.
That's hystérical.
Safe line. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something fun, you know, like the boss fight Bristleback.
No chance. Yeah, it was I guess second to last pick Alchemist, and then they go last on the position 5. I was more wondering if they were gonna do nonsense where they tried to force the Muerta into like carry Muerta, even though it's not it's not great. But if there was a game to do it, this one would be the game. Beastmaster, Alchemist, Ember Spirit. Like, you could just tear through them late game. But I think the whole idea is they don't want to get late game on boss up. What I am worried about is that they really weren't coordinated in game 1. So game 2, they need to like figure out how to make it work, because when you pick a draft that the whole intent is to snowball at a specific timing, if you can't coordinate to make that happen, then you are very punishable, because it's like both before and after that timing, you just don't get much done.
I did see their lineup. I was watching the draft, and I just went away from my computer for a while, and I just assumed that they'd be winning, but then when I came back, they were like 5k down or something, and I was like, okay, this is not good.
Oh, it was total NA start, where it was like 4 minutes in and there was 11 kills, and it was sometimes these games are like that, but but not this time.
It was like 50. Yeah, it was like I think 10 or 15 minutes in, and like not 10. I think it was like 12 or 15. And like Terrorblade was like the highest net worth. I was like, this should not be happening. So
he started at one point, and I don't remember what minute mark it was exactly, but something like that, 12 and a half, 13 minutes. He was 5-1-5.
Exactly, yeah.
I was on my whole
Lot-
spiel for like 10 minutes coming out of the draft, like, Luna gets involved early, TV doesn't, he's gonna be trying to like stay as far away as possible, and he's 5-1 and 5 at 10.
I heard your Dragonlance thing, you know, but that it never got to that point because he had to like go the Massive Madness to compensate.
Alright, here we go, Bristleback. Stunned up at first, the concoction gonna be dumped over the top onto him. Bloom's in some trouble here.
That's a great kill.
They kind of split damage on the Dire onto so many heroes, so they give up the first blood. Now turning it around as the Shackle will connect, but they'll end up losing more heroes. Ember Spirit able to turn and find more. I said it wasn't going to be an NA start, guys. I said it wasn't. Cole's going to have another kill for himself. Alright, something, 7 kills at, at 5 minutes?
Yeah. Not even, yeah, like the runes haven't even spawned, that's crazy.
Yeah, 7 kills.
But yeah, there was a lot of,
there was
a lot of AoE damage right at the stairs here, you know?
Oh yeah.
Big rebuke, I think he hit like 3 or 4.
The battle
Suddenly everybody's low.
Here you go, there was 6,500, 6,600 total damage done. Or
Yeah.
math. More than that, 6,800 total damage done.
And after that, everybody just gets like 2 runes each, you know? It's nice and even.
Yeah, and it's totally even, right? Yeah, we look at the net worth and it still is totally right, except for the fact that Winter Wyvern is the wealthiest hero that ever could be.
I wonder what she's bringing in. Let's see. Okay, Basilius and a Salve. That's cool.
All right, you know, that's actually pretty decent.
It's good.
to
Like,
bring out, yeah.
Bristleback likes the mana regen, so.
Meanwhile, in the mid, Storm's already level 2, so make things a little bit awkward for Cole.
He was present for a lot of those kills, right? So he's got 1, 1, 3 on his score.
Yeah, Storm got all the XP. Really helped him just punish the first wave. But now things are going to be even. Slight advantage for Storm, but the Storm Ember, yeah, you know, it's going to be what it is. Cole's been doing a good job dodging the Remnants as well. So I'm dodged the first one with Slight. Dodged the second one with Slight. I mean, that's pretty. Cole's a good player, you know? I gotta be careful of saying things like that, because now there'll be like a clip of me saying that. Someone's gonna be like, listen, they said it, not me. Last thing I need is to be the, figurehead. Come on. But yeah, so it is the carry Bristleback, and, you know, 0-1 and 4 Bristle. He's gonna be decently happy to have been involved in those kills. I mean, Bristle, all he kind of wants is early XP out of the lane. Don't really need the item progression to get things done.
He does have level 2, but I guess they don't want to leave this wave, so he's not going for the kill.
No, this is one of the things out of safe lane that I find, like, very good that Discipline players do, is, like, if you get that kill, you get, like, 200 gold, and you lose your lane position, and you don't get to farm.
Yep. If
now
he
this is going to set him up to get 3 waves.
Yeah, exactly. If he went for that chase, it would just go under tower, and that's it. And also, like, Shaman had a boots, so I guess he realized it's probably not a good idea to chase, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he's one of the easiest traps that you can get into in, like, side lanes is not realizing kills are only worth, like, 1 wave at most of creeps.
Yeah. Ooh, he missed a spear bottom.
Yeah, they're still gonna go forward with the concoction. Spray, turning onto Muerta, a couple of hits.
Never mind, he's dead.
Yeah.
She should have just started backing, I think Mars is good.
Looked like she might have just been willing to be the sacrifice for Mars.
Exactly, yeah.
Would have been close if they tried to go onto Mars, so I get it.
Yeah, Muerta needs like mana in lane. Looks like Shaman might die. Okay, TP out. Nice.
Yeah, just TP. Easy. What are you gonna do against the Quills? Go home.
Stupendous.
Yeah, they just have like the 2 stuns, right?
Yeah,
No,
it's
3,
a pretty light game.
Yeah. Like
It's gonna be
spear.
all about arenas, I think, this one.
Yeah.
You can lock heroes down inside of it, you've got Storm and Bristle, but if you miss that initial setup, it can be hard.
Oh, some cute stuff. Bottom. He did the dead shot into the spear, trying to push him under tower.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. But forced a TP out, so.
Yep. he does have some pooled tangos. He's got Solar Ring already delivered on the Alchemist and level 2 in the Leech Seed as well.
Yeah.
Not having the primeval power this game around.
Yeah.
I feel like every time before I say that, I need to click on heroes and make sure because
What
you
you're saying
think
is
it's not
right.
good, but Bull's in
Ember
trouble.
might be
Vortex
dead.
back into the calling. Yep.
Yeah, the calling is underrated. Such a strong spell.
Yeah, and you don't expect the Muerta to make that move for the water rune, like at 4 minutes.
I think he's dead too. Oh no, never mind. The TP again.
Oh, just TP in the top lane is going to be the name of the game, I guess.
Mhm.
This one's a very big deal, though, as Shadow Shaman had already pulled his way to mid, and
Yeah.
Beastmaster TP'd home. He didn't TP to the lane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, he did TP the base. So
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of time used.
is he dead on Mars? Nah, I think it's too fast. He's good.
Concoction. Oh, the silence not going to connect. If the calling spawned on him, then that would be a dead Alchemist.
Yeah. I think this
TP
is
coming
a
through, but I don't know if
price.
Zex can do enough. Maybe.
Oh, you can cast it on teammates now. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Concoction again this time, Bray. No, he doesn't have the range. Oh,
That's a lot of damage. Yeah.
at level 2 Concoction.
Yeah.
Surprising. Where it's
What does that mean? That's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Yep, makes the hero look good.
Radiant are
Storm
he is good.
TPing all the way up to the top lane.
No
Level
TP, no
6 wants
TP
the
on.
connection on Filski.
You can't just TP if you don't have a TP. So
This time there's
mean,
a
on
vortex
cooldown,
to
yeah.
hold him back. Yeah.
the sun has arrived.
That's TP surprised me. So it definitely surprised Filski. He was running his way back through the river from mid. And
Oh, the spear.
just TP'd.
Yeah.
Looking for the 6-minute rune. Turtle hanging out up on the top side, but MKF gonna hold him in place with the shackle. It'll spawn bot regardless.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a free
MKF
kill though.
gonna trade his life for the rune, perhaps.
No, he's got the-
Making
he's
it
got
a
the-
long
he's got
time,
the
yeah.
He's got the most annoying spell in Dota 2. Yeah.
If they popped it on the low ground, they probably would get the kill regardless. But he had just
That's
enough
true, yeah.
wand to get himself back.
No, I love those plays. You know, early game wand.
Yeah, especially on the Ross though, like you can actually make it just work.
Yeah.
for you.
It's, I hate it so much, you know, and I feel like the cooldown is like just not long enough. It's like 120 seconds. I feel like it's much shorter than that.
Yeah.
Treant's on a mission, by the way.
He did this game one this early on as well. He's
Yeah.
there 40 seconds early consistently
Yeah.
to the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah.
Oh, the Arctic Blast.
Oh no.
Pilski's gonna die. The neutral creeps take
Does
down
he have enough
River.
mana for a stack? I think he could. I think he could.
I think he does, yeah. He's got another round of the Remnant.
Yeah.
They're
It's
not
really
able to
bad.
contest this at all.
Beastmaster needs a good lane, but without this, it's gonna be hard. Yeah.
By the way, the Wisdom Rune snatch
Treant,
did not
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Mars went back for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I was
They-
keeping
they
my
put
eye
a-
on it.
Yeah.
And it's because he
even
did the
a beast,
same thing
yeah.
game one. It's because he did the same thing game one. He went so early. You know where he
mean-
is.
He's just like, yeah, I don't care about my carry, you know? The wisdom rune's all that matters. Oh,
That's right.
another gank mid. He's level 6 this time, though. But they pull him back into the falling. That's nice.
Yeah, he doesn't have a remnant out, but he will throw one up onto the high ground, and Turtle needs to save the
Oh,
mana to
I
jump
got
up
it.
onto the high ground.
Hey, yo, yo!
And he
what?
jumps to the other high ground. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, that was...
It's a little
That
misclick
was
there.
greedy. Yeah, that was greedy. Because I feel like he could have just gone back and then, like, just reset with a TP back. And just come back.
I thought
and-
he was
and
just throwing
hit
out
it.
the remnant to try and like get damage on the way to the other one.
Yeah,
See if you had
exactly, yeah.
enough.
But Cole Embrace heal was too much. He should have just backed off, so...
Yeah. Oh, and look at that. Turtle rewarded with a regen rune on Storm.
Oh,
Get
my
the kill,
God.
get a regen, and go find your
That's
farm.
good. Yeah, he's gonna probably jungle, ask one of his supports to go mid. But I guess not. Okay.
Bristle's
Yeah, I guess
doing
you can,
very
like,
well for himself here,
Yep,
by the way, up in the top lane.
yep,
I guess I need to look back mid. NKF's hanging around here.
yep.
I'm getting a second wheel.
But alright, regen rune used.
Radiant's bottom tower. is
Things will
under
settle
attack.
down.
Yeah, Beastmaster, I don't know how he recovers. Are there stacks? He just formed... a camp,
His
but I don't
stacks
think
got
it was
eaten.
stacked.
It's rough. Yeah. That's the thing is like that was Filsky's recovery stacks
yeah.
as MJF
Yeah.
found in.
They have one set of ancients, but I feel like it's gonna be stolen now. It's kind of like Shaman led them to it, you know. Unfortunately. Yeah. And they have Bristleback and Storm.
Yeah, and, you can't even really say like space created for this one because you brought 4 heroes here on Dire, but it committed so many Radiant resources, and Alchemist was still not able to really lane against Mars. Like he's just doing his thing and farming.
And he's keeping again. The Storm is so active. That's crazy. But I think he might die.
Top, he's hexed up this time. Oh, Winter's Curse just doesn't have the Rasta in range.
Unfortunate, yeah. But I guess he's
still
dead.
he's gonna give his life for the cause. It's a couple of kills at least coming through.
Oh,
Bray's TP'd in for this one. There's no Chemical Rage.
Foul play. Let's go.
The spear pushes Bray underneath the tower. He would be 100% dead, I think, if
they
wanted to commit on that kill. Oh, just TP.
Just TP. Yep. Spear is on cooldown, guys. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, they speared Alchemist back underneath like his own tower and just let him walk away, but he could have just been dead.
Yeah. They're still pretty high up, even though they have an Alchemist on the enemy team. Like, Bristleback is higher net worth, which is kind of concerning.
Yep. Double damage rune denied in the mid lane away from Cole.
Yep.
Ember's doing decently as well in terms of the farm, but without those stacks, you can see like he's 1,000 behind Storm Spirit. That's just all off the stolen stat.
That's right, yeah. And his participation is not that high, you know? He's just been part of 4 kills, where like compared to Storm, who's been part of 10 kills, right? So they're both ganking heroes, but Storm's just had the better luck, I guess.
Arena dropped down the spear, gonna be off the mark though. Is Cole able to dodge it with a sleight of fist?
It's an awkward fight.
Yeah, it's hard to
I guess you can chase,
push forward for more. I don't know if you really want to chase here. They're gonna try.
They have Shaman.
Walked away from him.
Right? They got shackles, yeah. Just a lead seed or just ult it if you have to.
But he's all the way back underneath the tower. They're committing hard for this, but if there's any TPs...
Yeah, no, they'll let him go.
That's very slow.
The life as an offlaner, you know? They're just taking mid at the same time. I guess that's what the trade is.
Yeah, now Alex TP'd in to think about defending this.
This is kind of... Okay. If they got the dead shot, I feel like they could have killed him. But...
Bray's TP'd into a couple of, like, places that surprise me just coming from an Alchemist. Like, you don't want to get involved pre-Relic. That just doesn't contribute anything. Meanwhile, the smoke up, headed towards the top lane again. Turtle looking for the connection. Breaks onto Cole. It's a good target to find. The Vortex to follow as well, and Cole taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Hex able to hold him back, though, in the Winter's Curse. Not going to be quite in time. Storm missed a lot of his damage, actually, as still hit it into the immune target. Making things very awkward. The Overgrowth to hold him back as well, and Huerta actually going to be the first to fall.
No mind, yeah, he's dead.
Will eventually go down, so 1-for-1 on the supports for now, but Bray in with the concoction. This time Sacred Relic has been picked up, so going to be chopping with quite a bit more damage. Held back the Wyvern will take him down. Turtle has some mana to work with, but going to be forced to just jump all the way back, as Mars did fall on the back lines.
Yep. Some much needed kills for Beastmaster.
This is starting to remind me a bit of game number 1 here.
Yep.
Where things are going so well for the Dire, and all of a sudden they just have the messiest fight I've ever seen.
No.
Oh my goodness, in the mid.
That's not good, yeah. I mean, Ember was doing really good until now, yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing good. He made them like overextend like twice, I think, in that fight. That's how they were able to do so much damage, but this death is costly. Yeah. But he has like kind of close to gap. It's just like 600 gold, 700, sorry.
Yeah, and on top of that, Storm's item of choice was the Kaya, right? So it's nothing super ambitious like an Orchid.
There we go, 13-minute eggs. It's set up.
There you go.
Level 4 Bristleback.
He's actually going into the SNY, at least in his hotbar for now, first, before the Bloodstone.
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is traditionally the other way around, that you go
That's correct, yeah.
into the Bloodstone immediately, because you want that spell.
Yeah, the Bloodstone, yeah, that's what makes him the hero that he is right now, right?
Yeah, so I'm surprised by the SNY. The SNY, I think, just gives you less utility for about the same price as the Bloodstone.
Yeah.
So we'll see if
I don't
Bloom
know, maybe
actually
it's-
commits towards it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe he's just looking to get the Sanj and then go into something else. That's what I would do if I was going for this option.
Yeah.
But I don't know,
Ooh.
you know?
Remnant
They
thrown
probably
over
have-
the
oh,
side.
some-
They run straight into Cole.
Yeah.
Does get himself up to the high
Oh,
ground, but
man.
now they're pretty awkwardly in place.
Yeah.
We've been able to get the concoction away from his team. No repeat of the other day.
Yeah. Oh, that was in a different league though, right? Wasn't
Yes,
that?
it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a beautiful concoction. Holy shit. Yeah.
It always feels
And the
great when you
play-
can get concoction of 3 heroes. Like,
Yeah, it's not just a concoction. Like the way his team responded, that was just amazing. It was beautiful.
I'll have to dig out the replay clip. Still have it.
Yeah.
Up on the top side,
And
Mars has
probably
been caught.
dead.
Golden
Heal?
Grace able to
Heal?
save him, and
Oh,
the
no.
Boar is just going to take
The
Rasta
Boar is-
down. Oh, it's short
Okay,
duration because there wasn't
yeah.
another hero. It's
Yeah.
just creeps.
Yeah.
They
But
find
they
the
still
arena on the
get
back
the-
lines and take 2. Yeah.
Yeah. He knew. He went for the right target. He went for the Beastmaster. He got him with the arena.
Yeah,
the heal?
No, it's great prio.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was funny though. I was totally expecting the Wyvern ult to just last the full duration because
Yeah,
Shaman was
yeah.
taking so much damage, and it's like, no, it's
Yeah.
creeps.
Mars is taking a lot of damage right now. Okay, he's good. Never mind.
He'll be fine. In the mid lane though, not going to be so lucky, or maybe he will. Leave. Just going to walk it off.
feel like-
Cole can't chase forward through the silence.
Okay, yeah. Simply Remnant. Right?
That is really annoying though when you're playing Ember and you can't kill off a support. You spend all of your resources to try and do it.
Yep.
Like this is Mage Slayer Ember, so he's not going to be farming the fastest out of these heroes, and when you are last place of the cores, it's some way
Yeah,
back
that's
in.
right. Yeah, he's not had the game that he should have had.
Yeah.
Bottom net worth, even lower than the Bristleback. I mean, sorry, Beastmaster. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, games like this are fine back when you were going like the Maelstrom Ember, and you could just
Exactly.
have this
yeah, but
idea
this
that you
one,
can recover. But
Yeah. This one he needs to participate, so. Yeah, Storm's like really active in comparison, so. And he's going for the BKB actually. He wants to fight. Kaya BKB. Not so common nowadays.
it's gonna line up with the second item timing on Bristleback pretty well.
Bristleback.
But
Exactly,
he
yeah.
has committed. He's bought the Ogre Axe, so it's not gonna be Bloodstone early.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the Sanj. Like it's good against all the stunts and disables that they have on
It doesn't
Radiant
work
side.
against. Does it work against Shackles? Status Res doesn't, right? Because it's a channel.
Oh, I think they just removed it straight up, right? I'm just looking at it right now.
Huh? Sanj not have status res anymore? Or are we just both insane?
So we need Sanj and Yasha to have status resistance. That's crazy.
Oh, that is the thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Roar out onto Storm, but where's your damage
Yeah.
follow-up? They need to find it. He's hexed up, but he's going to be able to walk his way away. Meanwhile, the arena just dropped onto Filski.
Oh!
Blade breaks into it all, and it's a 4-man concoction this
4-man.
time. Fuck the 3-man concoctions. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Hold him
Yeah.
back inside of the curse, but Bloom falling so low. Are they going to be able to chase down the Bristle? They are. They find
Wow.
3. It's just the supports to get out, and maybe not even. As Winter Wyvern
You can
inside of the
Roche?
tree is held in place, taken down.
Could they do Roche? Probably could.
It's tight. They don't have the most damage. It's just Alk.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
try, but they use the Serpent Wards as well. I don't think they have the damage in the tank here.
I don't know. They have like Blightstone on Ember Spirit. Let's go. You know.
Yeah.
This is highly unlikely. Yeah.
He's gonna bring it over. They've got the Kobold to deal 3 damage.
Let's go. That's all we need. He's not even hitting them. It's just moral support, right? Cheerleader.
You know, because this is so slow, actually, they're not expecting it in the slightest on Dire.
Yeah. Wait, Storm is TPing to the mid tower. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's no
I mean-
chance for steal. Yeah.
I think it's just because this is so not a Roche-taking team.
Yeah.
They
No, with
were
Beastmaster,
way
fine.
in time.
Yeah. With Beastmaster, it just got much faster. Yeah. And he's the one who takes ages. That's pretty cool. Yeah, keeping
I like this.
the drums going is always good. That's true.
Yeah, I think you can actually just play with your Beastmaster in their face for the next 5 minutes. He's got the Ags now. And you see what's in his hot buy as well on the Beastmaster?
Yep.
Spell Lifesteal.
Shit. Yep.
Who needs a Bloodstone when you can have a Dagon?
Yep. I mean, I feel like it's good, you know? If you just, like, roar, you can, like, easily kill off these supports. Like, this Wyvern is pretty pesky. Gotta get him out.
I do think later on as well, it's some built-in protection against the like potential Lincolns on Storm. That just makes him go away from this item.
I mean, the meme is over. He's going for Blink. That's what I was gonna say, but yeah. It was short-lived, but it was fun while it lasted.
I actually don't know that you need Blink on Beastmaster in this game. I don't think it's like wrong per se.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like Blink is never wrong.
He's gonna be found. Really the concoction finds him.
Oh, they kind of didn't chain the stunts, but it didn't matter. There's too much damage.
Yeah, the Blink
The
dagger.
shield
And it was,
rune. Yeah, I think he had a shield rune, right?
I think it expired. I think the shield rune, like right at the end, expired.
Oh, okay. I thought
Otherwise,
they just
it got taken off in like 2 hits, which I feel like it should be more than that.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm insane. Maybe they just took it all down in like one go with the alchemist the concoction.
It's based on your HP, right? And he just has like 1400. I feel like they did a lot of damage right there. So
could be.
You can see a recap. Okay, yeah, it looks like they just did about 1400-ish. So.
Yeah, so not quite
Probably
the shield rune worth of damage.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they got through it that quick.
I did see it like go away, but yeah, probably just timed out. Yeah.
So what I saw in, Caster Eyes, I think they got like the concoction hit into it and then it just went away. So it was like it only absorbed the concoction. But it could be that all of the spells hit at the same time. It was like perfectly the damage.
They did use the chains and the concoction together.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, that was great. He showed himself on the lane and then he like jumped to the side. It's kind of
Alright, all underneath an Observer Ward. They've got Train Protector on the backline, but the Zip in the front. They found Rasta. He's still inside of that sheet. Will end up going down. Filsky with the Aegis. Yeah, he's just going to turn and pound into Mars on the front. And meanwhile, we've got a second fight happening in the back.
Yep.
Ray going to be dragged as the Winter's Curse takes down Tree. But they just need to get the hell out of here. Storm's entirely out of mana.
Holy shit. That was a lot of damage to Alchemist.
Yeah, Alch somehow falls.
Somebody seal the
wisdom. Somehow because he's off of my screen. Bloom takes down the Aegis. Beastmaster does have 3 kills in this one, but just TP! Just TP!
Yeah, there we go.
It's 22 minutes, we shouldn't be saying
He's gonna just TP too, yeah.
Cole!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if he'll come back. No, I don't think so.
He should not come back.
He's just got 1 remnant, so.
You are right. I did not expect Alchemist to really be in any trouble.
Yeah. He's not got like... Wait, was this Radiance turned off? I see that it's off right now. Or is that just like right now? Oh, he's dead. Yeah, it was turned off. What the hell? It was inactive.
That is awkward.
Yeah. I think it's
right next to the Manta.
Exactly, yeah. Let's see if he like swaps his item in. Or maybe it's like a bug when you die.
Swap the order?
Yeah. If I had a Radiance, I would just put on one of my keys that has like one of my slots that has no keys to it, you know? I always keep 1 or 2.
Okay, so I may or may not have the same thing. I don't anymore, but for like 3 years I had 1 slot that actually for more than that. Ever since they had the neutral items, ever since they added neutral items, I took my 6th hotkey and put on the neutral slot.
Exactly, yeah. This is my passive item slot, right? That's what it is.
I was looking like slacks with my hotkeys, you know? Bilski.
Ganking top, but he just blinked up.
That's so much of Storm's mana. Is this actually a play that you can make?
Yo!
Winter's Curse? Yeah, it's not enough.
This is an
all the defensive arena trying to hold people back. They'll have the Train Protector, but there's plenty of damage.
Ember's coming in.
Now needing to TP, they'll have the Concoction onto 1.
They get the better kills.
Take down the Muerta, take down the Mars.
Yeah, that was not the gank they were looking for. Oh, there's the ult chat. There we go. That was not the play.
No.
Storm has dropped so much in net worth. It's wild.
Yeah, the last couple minutes has just been all Radiant here, and now feeling the power of the Alch too. Just able to come in on the back lines, clear everybody away. They still don't have the best answer to the Bristleback, but it'll come in time, so...
Yeah. I mean, if you just kill the rest of his team and just kite him out, you can always kill Bristle, you know?
Yep.
I wonder who's like their Silver Edge builder. I guess they don't even care.
Yeah, Alk could do it. I mean, Alk is not the most unhappy to.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Bloom is now SNY completed, going back for the Bloodstone. But it does just feel like the order is off with this build, because Bristle hasn't been just wanting to lead the charge without the item, and it feels like now that he's got SNY, he still is not able to until the Bloodstone's ready.
So it's not just about like the Sanjin Yasha, it's at the Bloodstone he becomes like a... He can just push by himself, you know, with his team behind him, right? But because they skip that timing, they're not able to like get objective. I think if he had that first fight with the Bloodstone, he probably does not die. And his team just needs to like play behind him. They don't need to show themselves as much as you'd expect.
Jump in on the back lanes. They found the roar onto Wyvern. Pilsky with the BKB just charging forward. Drums of Slum pushing everybody back. And now they've kited the team. They're looking for this bristleback kill. Trying to get the quills out, but he's stuck in the shackles, in the serpent wards, and taken down.
This Beastmaster is just taking over right now. And that's what the blink was for, right? He got the most important kill, the Wyvern.
That's right. And yeah, that was exactly the kill that they needed.
Exactly, yeah. That's
And
their
Dev's
only
feeling it
save,
now.
right? Like this, yeah.
Dyer's middle
I
Yeah,
like
this
this.
game went from
I like
feeling
a
pretty
comeback
good
story.
to pretty freaking bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Dyer's
Putting the Aegis on him was the right choice, you know? He's actually the one dealing a lot of damage right now. Let's see how much he deals.
It's actually something that their team looks to do as well. Filsky picks these heroes, like the Sand King, like the Beastmaster, that can take over the game out of the off lane. Now, game one, they didn't put any priority on him, and he was poor the whole time. But
yeah, he did 2,900 damage, like about a half of that whole team fight, and like Alchemist did like 970. So that just tells you what's happening here.
Drums of Slom.
It's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah. And he's got the BKB just to ensure that like he can do what he wants to do. No.
All right, a little bit of a
Looking rough.
desperation smoke coming through. 5-man all running top. They're gonna run into
Alchemist-
the acid spray, so they know Alex around, but the scan's off the mark.
They go north. Unfortunate. Yeah. I
They
mean, I
saw
think he
the
might have
spray
been
in
fine
the
either
scan,
way.
they just miss.
He does have the manta. I think he might have been fine.
Oh, the arena's on the Illusion! Oh, the BKB, it's on the Illusion!
Oh! And he's got the perfect ult chat for that. Holy shit. Talk about overreacting. Yeah.
Oh, listen, you gotta up your ult chat game if you want to
Yeah, I know,
improve
I
your
know.
Dota skill.
Yeah.
Something
I wonder if
something
these
I
guys-
found is all the good players, right? They always have the ult chats ready.
Yeah, and this is like this makes sense because he overreacted, right? Like he ulted, he BKB'd, right? I wonder if he put some effort into this, like he researched.
I wonder if he
Okay,
researched.
I can use this one. Yeah. If they use a spell on a Manta or illusion rune,
Yeah,
or if I like
see-
Manta, yeah.
So you know how like the Dota teams, like say like Team Liquid, can have like, oh, we've got a chef that's employed for the team. Make sure
Exactly,
that our players are like doing the proper nutrition. They're gonna
All
sponsor
chatter.
a study that's what voice lines are the most tilting
Exactly, yeah.
to people.
I feel like I could do that job well, you know, like just put some research into it.
That's right, yeah. I did interviews with 1,000 people, and it turns out that
fallen to the radiant.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even contest the Roche. This is just getting out of hand, and they put it on their real core.
this time I'm actually a bit surprised that they put it on Phil.
Yeah, because this is like the pushing Aegis, right? So, but I mean, Beast can push as well, so I guess that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Alex amazing to put it on because you are a transformation hero, but at the same time, we've hit a point in the game where to kill off the Beastmaster, you go through 2,500 HP, the drums of Slom. If you jump the Beastmaster, you end up putting yourself in a pretty bad position, as long as he's in with the team. I mean, getting picked off solo is getting picked off solo.
Yeah.
But you don't want your Beastmaster to just run up and hit the high ground ever. He's always going to be your second line, to, especially with this Blink build, to try and find the Wyvern.
That's right, yeah.
So, potentially, they can just try and turtle out for the next 5 minutes with the Aegis.
Yep.
And force Alk to run up the high ground and potentially misplay.
We've got the Ags pick up on the Ember Spirit too, so you're gonna see a lot of movement now. And he's also gone back for the Maelstrom, so he can kind of scale a bit, deal some damage.
It's very weird time to go back for the Maelstrom.
Oh, I think he caught him.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
find
gonna
the
use
next one.
it right
BKB.
now. Oh,
He's got TP. Yeah.
Oh, this
Everything's fine.
That was the 9-second one, right? That's not good. Yeah.
No.
Ouch. All that time farming? Like the last 15 minutes he was farming this BKB and he just spent it like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do because right now the push is ready to get underway. So they're just doing what they can to get the waves into position.
Yeah, that was the right thing. There was a TP in
Here
front
come the
shot.
remnants forward. Winter Wyvern going to be the target. Push him away. He's going to try and heal up for now, but the Roar on the backside finds the Storm Spirit. No BKB to work with, and he's not even going to get the opportunity to jump.
Yep.
2 kills, about to be a third.
Yeah.
Where
I mean,
can
even if
hold you back for the time being.
he was Bloodthorn. There's like he's confirmed dead. You know?
Yeah.
They're just way too ahead at this point.
Right, a little celebratory concoction.
Yeah. I like to think of like what item can change this, but I don't know. It's looking pretty rough right now.
The item is the lag switch.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Get the game to not count. 'Cause otherwise, 18,000 net worth lead this time. 30 minutes in. Rack's getting pounded. You're still fighting into Aegis.
No, actually, I think maybe the Bloodstone plus one item on Bushwhack, that would do it. Then Lincoln Sphere and Ags on Storm. I guess
All right,
those
so
two might be enough.
If we
right?
give them 20,000 gold, right? If we make it an even game.
That's all we need, yeah. Then it might be interesting to watch, right?
Gonna TP Bristle in, Bloom. On a shield rune as well. Looking to go
Oh.
forward and found free and
Freya just
protected.
caught out.
Yeah, no way to get through the gate.
Oh, whoa,
Now
that's
gonna
a
stun on the
really good
outside
one.
of the arena. And no Aegis to work with, so he'll get taken down. Now the focus turns to Filsky. Has the Aegis and he's healing up for now, but will be taken down.
I think he's dead. He doesn't have his BKB, right? Like 10 seconds, 7 seconds? They might just kill him in that
Gets the
time.
blink up to the high ground. 5 seconds BKB. Filsky trying to make it
he's
work. He's got
just-
TP ready. They're going to need to chain him or he's going to
He
get the
don't have
BKB
damage?
off. TP as well, and just TP. No,
Oh,
they've got the
never
Winter's
mind.
Curse. They're
Yeah,
falling
never
low. The
mind.
drums of Slam, and oh
Yeah.
my goodness, the final kill. The second one onto the Storm
I
Spirit
think it's
as
fine.
well.
I think it's fine.
Cole is
What's the
inside
back-
of the base. No remnants left.
No remnants, yeah. I think he's dead. He might be dead. They
Got
just
the
need one
chains. They
stun.
buy back Mars,
Stun.
trying to hold him in
Oh! Long
place.
range.
Muerta from downtown found him.
Yeah. That was a surprisingly good hold.
Yeah, well, you know. Ode to game 1. Same exact thing.
Yeah. They did lose one set of racks, but I don't know. Like, this is a bristleback, right? He didn't die in that fight. He's slowly catching up. He's getting close to his BKB. I think that is probably his timing.
Yeah, he injected some gold into him. He had like a,
Yeah.
what, 3,000 gold swing on just the bristleback and
Yeah.
closing in on the Alchemist
And-
net worth now.
Yeah, and Storm died right at the end, so he did get some kills, like some AoE gold, you know? So he's halfway to his axe, which could be like a pretty good... I wouldn't say like team fight spell, even though it is. I think it's good for like picking off like 2 heroes or
Radiant's
something at a
middle
time.
tower is under
Like
attack.
just go as a smoke, catch off like 2, like a support and a core, arena, vortex, AoE, and then you can kind of extend the game another 5 minutes or so. Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
no.
this. I like some comebacks. You know, I like Bristleback's comeback from like how poor he was, and I also want to see an actual comeback.
My problem
He
is
can-
like
he
Bristol's
can
got the BKB now. Got the Bloodstone
Yeah.
now. If he comes back
Yeah.
from this, it's just like so disappointing because he could have been so much
Yeah.
stronger with the Bloodstone earlier.
Bloodstone before. That's
Like
right.
we
yeah.
saw the last fight where he just kind of cleaned up for free, and that
Yeah.
was Bloodstone
Yeah.
SNY Aghanim's rather.
Yeah. That's everybody's got a short. Okay.
Yeah, just grab that
Just
free
gold.
gold. Why not?
That's kind of wild. You know, I feel like a lot of games you don't see that, but I guess people just bought their shorts.
Yeah, I guess like Storm Spirit must have bought the shard, right?
Yeah.
Which is surprising. It's not a great Storm shard game.
Short. Yeah, I know. It's something you can probably get with. I guess after like level 25, it's really good. Oh, it's a smoke, by the way. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh,
Yeah,
Bristleback's
Cole's gonna
the
break first, and they found the Bristle. Roar out onto Bloom as well.
might
They're gonna
die
start to
here.
hit him from the
Oh,
front. They've got
good
the
heal.
Winter's Curse available, but he can't get it off. Now he will. Bloom, BKB, trying to heal the
Oh
Bloodstone
my
as well, but
God.
the heals aren't coming through. Is able to run outside as the arena connected onto everybody, and Complex Lua actually able to get out of there. So they find
That
the
was-
one pick, and they're just gonna trade off their Muerta for it. It's gonna say they get out free.
Yeah. Also, the Yeah, I mean that's the main spells they use, right? I thought he had a BKB on Alchemist. He's going for it now though. Not the worst trade actually. It was we were talking about a 19k lead before, right? Now it's at 12. So
Yep.
that was that was an awkward fight. I don't think he should be like roaring the Bristleback, you know? That's not the target. I think he wanted to go for the Muerta, but Muerta like forced herself up, you know, onto the high ground. So.
Turtle. Jumped down for the rune, found a DD.
Yeah. That's a good run. And there was also a good save from the Wyvern.
Well.
So that's what the Wyvern is like. That's why the Wyvern should be the first kill, right? She just won that whole fight for this Bristleback.
Yeah, you needed to be, because they came really close to just taking down Bristle entirely.
Exactly, yeah. It was a heal, and then there was a arena on top, so they couldn't see him on the outside, sorry. And then he also glimmered him at the end, so. And with BKB and like his own heal, I don't think they kill him there, unless they have like overwhelming physical damage. And,
yeah,
and
Alk was
vision,
trying, but
basically.
you're right. Without the BKB ready on Alk, because he does have it now,
Yeah.
you do just struggle to hit into the Bristle during that chain stun.
Yeah.
So
That's right. But they have like the Ags right now and the double damage on Storm. I feel like this is a time when Dire should be smoking, trying to get a pick off. Do they have a smoke? Let's see. I think they do, yeah.
Complex Lua with the shortest blink ever. Just spearing. A little
He's got
disjointing
the
blink.
tiara. The tiara of Celemane.
That's right.
Such a fancy name.
Alright, so
Like
Storm's
a
getting
base guy.
mana regen here, and maybe that'll be go time, is fill up the mana pool and
I don't know if the supports have a smoke. I don't know. They should be buying one now, but it's too late.
Double damage.
yeah, DD gonna
And he
be
used-
timed out.
Yeah, use jungle, I guess. Somebody's pinging him. I guess it's Bristleback. Was he?
They feel
They're talking to
really
each other.
scared right now. They're just unwilling to leave the base at all. Meanwhile,
Oh, yeah.
Radiant's set up to just take the next Roche, which will spawn in 30 seconds.
Yeah, they should definitely contest this, but I don't know if they were in a position right now.
No, they feel like they're not, and I think this game's a bit closer than they realize. Especially
Yeah.
because Storm punches above his weight class in terms of net worth once you have the Aghanim Scepter. You just get so much done with the AoE Vortex.
I mean, they just won like 1 or 2 fights. They're not in the league, but if they give away the Roche, I think it's a pretty big deal, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's not that they're at a state in this game where they
Yeah.
can't contest the Roche or they lose.
And you know what I'm concerned about? I'm concerned about the Ags on Shaman for the push. So it is an Agnim's blessing. So
That's right. This is Roche number 3. And I think you might
Even
just be
the-
right. You give it over to the
Yeah.
Shadow Shaman. Got the power Ags on your team already. And
yep,
there it goes into
Yeah.
MKF's backpack.
nobody's taking the banner. I guess he wants to use it. Oh,
Oh, they
okay,
gave it
they're
over
giving
to
it to
Tree.
Trian.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that's also a good one, like vision-wise, right? But I don't know. I feel like they can just probably win, like take like one set of racks, have a good fight, and just force some buybacks, back off, then come back again, do it again, and that's it.
Yeah,
you
this
win the
is
game.
probably the more disciplined approach with the Ags. They feel like they
Yeah.
don't want to just all in and take the high ground. They're
Yeah.
just going to set up
Yeah.
vision and...
But yeah, it's also like it also helps with pickoffs, right? So I guess they're playing a longer game. So
Yeah, no, agreed. If they thought they were just going to walk up and win, they probably would have put it on Rasta, but...
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I say that as praise up on the high ground. This is not
Oh
the
my
Aegis
God.
carrier. It's on Ember.
Yeah.
They're going to find the Hex. Oh, he's able to get the BKB off. The Spear doesn't
He's-
connect. Still
they're doing
taking
a lot of
damage. Topping wood in the middle, but not able to get a ton done. The Overgrowth on the back line. Going to
Oh,
connect
good
on to
heal.
everybody. Bloom ready to go on the front lines, but he's having a hard time sticking on targets on the
Gotta buy back
Bristleback.
here.
Now Hexed up on the front lines.
Gotta buy back.
Meanwhile, his team's
You're
been
out of
picked
position.
off on the back. A couple of buybacks come through the Spear. They take down the Beast, and now see what they can get more on the backside. The Concoction on to 3 again, and now the damage coming through. Alchemist ready to chop wood. It's out of the Chemical Rage and forced to retreat, but he's already taken down the Mars. That's a dieback. As Cole in the base, he'll be taken down. That was the Aegis. The rest of the team cleaned out. And
Calling's
it's
up.
just going to be
Got
Ember
Calling and Rod.
respawning. TP,
Rod.
see if he can get out of here. No, he wolfed up in the air. And he will be going down twice.
That's a weird fight. Yeah. I mean, because of the buybacks, it's kind of even, but I guess Dire did win that fight. Even when I say even, I mean like it was the same as before. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, a couple of buybacks, but I don't understand what they're doing with the Aegis. If you want Alchemist to run up and hit the high ground with 5 heroes alive, you can't put the Aegis on someone else. You're just asking to be dragged out of position.
Yeah.
Because that all starts when the team is forced to make a jump to defend this Alchemist, because he's just getting shipped down on the high ground.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was talking about. Like, if you put the Ags on Shaman, and then you have, like, the Aegis on Alchemist, right? They have to, like, focus on, like, stopping the Alchemist, right? And then when they do that, the wards are just destroying their racks, right?
Yeah, no,
it's just a smarter play, like, in terms of just pushing. And then, even if the fight goes bad, you can just kind of reset. Shaman still has his eggs, and he can go to the bottom lane next, you know? Just a slow, methodical approach. But, yeah I don't know.
Letting the intrusive thoughts win, I think. They're so wrapped up in this idea that Alk is a transform hero, and you can't fight without the chemical rage and whatever.
Yeah. And they also didn't...
have lost sight of the bigger picture.
So, let me recap. If they had the Ags on Shaman, and then they had, like, Alchemist not really diving in, you know, like, going beyond, and then they have, like, 2 banners, right, on Shaman, they would just get a Rax. That's it. Easy, you know? They can't even burst a wave because there's a banner, and if they come close, they'll have to use BKB on Storm or Mars.
Yeah, and they actually don't have a hero on this dire side that can kill off the Serpent Wards on the high ground.
Exactly, yeah. And they always have a response.
Where to walk up, yeah.
Yeah. They always have a response. They can put the Solar Crest, they can put the heals. If they have to, they can jump in and ult on Treant. They have the Hex with the extended range from Aether Lens and Eye of the Vizier. There's so many saves. It's just I mean, that was just the basic strategy, you know, but I guess they want to make it fun, so.
Yeah, well, they're definitely making it interesting, to say the least.
It is, yeah. As they do this every single time, like now, Bristleback has crossed Alchemist net worth. He's got the AC and shit, so a lot more physical damage coming out.
Yeah,
Mars has his side.
Beastmaster's starting to lose that, like, raid boss ability as well. He's got the refresher queued up, but it's not AC, it's not pipe.
Yeah.
He's not nearly as tanky as he used to be.
Yeah, he can be a problem, but then his build has to be different, you know? I've seen the Silver Edge build and stuff too, but this build is kind of, like, meant to win at, like, 30-35 minutes, and it's going beyond that, obviously. But they do see this guy alone, but I don't think he's gonna die.
They're hunting the wrong guy. Finding the Bristleback kills so hard. They're gonna try the roar. Get him from the front as well. Alchemist blinks behind him, and they'll blow him up. Alright.
Never mind. Yeah. I think with 5 heroes you can do it.
Yeah, the Bloodthorn helps as well. He's got buyback
and he was
available.
greedy. He was greedy. He faced the wave.
Winter's Curse gonna be committed, trying to take down the Ember first thing. See if they can connect it into the Spear as well with the Arena. Hexed up, Vortex onto 2. Alchemist able to get the BKB off. Counting up the concoction, gonna be forced to throw it onto a BKB target. And heroes falling low around him as Rossi taken down. Elk falls as well to the damage.
Yep, they have to leave. I think he TP'd out, right? Oh, no, he's on the side. Never mind.
He's away.
Yep.
Dead shot. Not gonna make it.
Yeah, this is how it starts, you know? Slowly losing their lead.
This is how it starts. As that was rather easy. Did force the buyback from Bristleback.
Yeah, that is a big deal, but he's still higher net worth than Alchemist after a buyback, which is kind of insane, you know?
Yeah, and Alk hasn't given away any Ags or anything. This is just true net worth.
And the funniest thing is they did all that with...
Oh, they found tree.
Yeah. How close to Roche? 2 minutes, never mind. It's fine, right?
Yeah, no, it's far away.
Yeah. They did all that with, like, the net worth difference being so high. Like, look at how high Storm and Mars are, but they still won that fight because of how strong Y1 ult is. Like, I don't think Ember did anything in that fight. He just died.
Well, and they have the right items to be behind as well. I mean, the Hex up on Mars, they've got the Aghanim Storm, which is always strong. And by the way, Storm level 25 now.
Yep.
So you've got that to contend with. So much damage pumping out from the Overload.
That's right, yeah. And Muerta is going for the Nightmare, so she's going to start... Okay, never mind. As I said that, she just changed to the Lotus, which is the correct item. Yeah. Man, this is a real thing.
They're not going to have damage problems. If they didn't have Storm 25, like if they had a different hero out of the mid, maybe I have a different opinion. but
Yeah.
they're not going to have damage issues. And Storm has
Yeah.
the absolutely correct item queued up in the refresher, because Storm Ags
That's this
is
roll. Yep.
basically Black Hole.
Yeah, it is.
The,
it is.
the AoE's ginormous for what it is.
Yeah, it is. And he's gone for like the full. I guess this started from this like the beginning of the game. You know, I guess even though he was winning his lanes, he still went for like the full right side of the talent tree, right? Which is all focused towards enabling your team, basically. You know.
Yeah, he knew he wanted to play for this 45-minute time.
45-minute game, yeah. It's weird. Like they were winning, but then he still did it. So, yeah. But I mean, even if you're not like, even if you're winning, it's still a decent item decent way to play the game. So.
Yeah, other 25s we saw come through is the Ember Spirit. It's just hit 25, so he's got the double sleight of fist, and of course Bristleback had his earlier on as well. And
I guess
actually,
right
went for
now,
the warp out.
are they gonna smoke? Really? Okay. It feels like they're grouping up for a smoke, but I don't know.
This time it makes more sense. Well, they still feel like they're pinned in the base, which again, it's getting more and more like okay for them to play.
Yeah,
but they know that there's eyes in the forest potentially around, and they don't want to get jumped without having buybacks.
Yeah,
They've got Mars and Storm coming up in a minute.
Yeah, the Bristleback buyback is the main thing, you know, because if they lose him in the smoke, that's it. The game's over.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it makes sense. They might forfeit the Roche for this at this point.
Yeah, I still think it's similar to the previous Roche, where they haven't quite adjusted to the new state of affairs. And they just feel a little bit more behind. Like, they feel like they're still down 20k like they were when they were getting raxed.
That's right, yeah.
Definitely not at that point in the game anymore, though. As let's see, other big items coming out. It's the Refresher Orb completed for Beastmaster. So he's got his ready to go.
And there's also a few things that were like a problem. So the Ember Spirit not having a BKB, that is also kind of annoying because he does get caught up, you know? He doesn't have a Lincoln Sphere or a BKB. His
Down
only
bottom,
save
Brace
item
hunting with a concoction.
Yep.
Gonna stun himself, but they'll zip away. He has no team here on Alk. Like,
yeah, these one-on-ones are usually not a problem, you know, not a concern. But if they knew that he was alone, I think he would have died. That's true.
I saw him running in towards the Dire team, and the Dire was like, "Nope, get the hell out. This is not the thing."
I think they just assumed that they were smoke because the lanes are kind of pushed out, right? So it just looks kind of suspicious. So
yeah, this was set up by the Eyes in the Forest down here.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just looking at the Radiant Vision now, and they have very good coverage of their own half with a couple of forward trees as well.
Yep. They kind of start need to like getting the triangle though. Oh, is this a smoke? It's just a it's a partial smoke. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
They're trying to smoke towards the Roche and just get out. Oh, now they're underneath the trees.
He's gone for the Lincoln Sphere, by the way. On
he tried to spear the tree? That's not how that works.
No, the fire kind of burns it, right? As far as I know.
No, it doesn't kill the trees. Because you need to spear them into the trees.
Okay.
Right?
But yeah, you have what's it? Other spells to deal with it.
Storm zip through it, and that takes it down.
That's right, yeah. I think even Wyvern, I think Arctic Burn, does it? Oh, she just flies over, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Arctic Burn has to end on it.
yeah, exactly.
But alright, Roshan's very quickly taken down. That looked like we were playing a Frostivus event, you know? Bloodthorn Autumn and just nuke the boss.
Okay, so who did he give the axe to?
It's in Ember's inventory.
No, it's with
right?
Shaman.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's Shaman. Finally, let's go.
Did have it? Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
I saw him swapping the Ags in and out of his inventory, Ember.
He's got so many items. He's got like two banners. Why isn't like Trian holding some of this shit? You know what the hell?
There's the third banner on Trian. He's got one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, he can hold. Like,
haven't used that, you know? They have them.
He's got an actual active slot, like just sitting there.
Well, he's got wards. Will come out eventually.
Yeah, like Shaman should have his Aether Lens in for sure. No, it's such a good item. Okay, let's see if they do what I was hoping they did, like, you know, fucking 10 minutes ago, right? Yeah, they're waiting for Shaman wards. That's what I would do, and then at this point, I would say that he should start going for a refresher. So. Because I feel like, have you noticed, like, they can kill heroes, but the wards will take some time, you know, hitting them individually, right? So
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
need to win the fight and mop up. So if you want to
then-
slowly chip
exactly,
the
yeah.
base, you can do that.
Yeah, with the shaman, exactly, yeah. And then you can have like the Aegis hero hitting it with Solar Crest, you know, Lead Seed on, Living Armor, a lot of options, you know.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
we do
I
have
think
pressure.
I think if you can get the Shadow Shaman to the base
Yep.
without getting jumped, then he can get it down. It's like the getting him
Okay.
up there, but otherwise, that's the way.
That was the fastest banner life I've ever seen in my life. It just died instantly.
Listen, they've got 3. They're testing
Yeah.
the bounds, right? Because
Exactly,
now when
yeah.
they go with the second one, they can place it the exact same way, and they know that only
Yeah.
Bristle's gonna go up to kill it.
Yeah, and they have their Aegis on like the Ember Spirit, which is kind of strange again, you know. But yeah, 2 main items to watch out for. Actually, 3. We have like Wind Waker on Ember Spirit. That's pretty big. Refresher on Bristleback. Sorry,
Banner
on,
number 2.
Beastmaster. Yeah.
All
This
right,
one
now
should
the
be
snake's
fine.
gonna
Yeah.
go down. This is the Aghanim snakes. They're gonna chunk into the wards. Winter's Curse dropped
Oh
in the
my
backlines,
God.
trying to take down Encamp, but not gonna last nearly long enough. Now the Spear, they have found Alchemist. Wind Waker to save, holding him in place, and the Shackles on the Storm Spirit, just holding him forever. There's no way for them to cancel. 125 seconds, he has the buy, he's gonna use it immediately. Now zipping back in over the top onto Filsky, BKB from Storm. See if he can take down these heroes. He found the Vortex, it's just onto one, but the Ember Spirit held in place. Wind Waker getting him over to the side. Needs to play around with these remnants. Aegis gonna tick out. See if the team
He's
wants
gone.
to re-engage around him. So Alchemist is coming back in. Sleight of Fist as well.
They need the
Complex
rod, they need
Lua
the
could
rod.
be in some trouble here. Remnant gonna take him away. Complex Lua out with his life.
Yeah, that was a weird set of fighting, but you see that at the end they got buyback from Storm. There's a Rax down, tower down.
Yep. Serpent wards and a banner.
Mhm.
All it takes sometimes.
Yep, that's all it takes. I mean, it sucks. Like a lot of people say, like that's a weird way to win Dota, but if you want to win, you got to do it. You know, so.
No, I'm actually very much of the opinion that, like, if you get this late in the game, you can't complain about, like, ratting
Yeah.
rats and stuff, because you put
Exactly,
yourself
yeah.
in the position to not leave the base for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, if you wanted to not get ratted, you could have played better
Just
20
end the
minutes
game,
ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Look what you made me do, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. But also, Ember does not need the Aegis. We've been through this song and dance enough
Yeah,
times that I can stop talking about it, but
I wonder if they're like intentionally doing this, you know, just to like annoy me or some shit. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Alec gets to level 25. He's got the extra
Yeah.
move speed on Chemical Rage now. Boots
Okay,
already
guys,
out of
let's-
his
let's-
inventory.
Let's put the Aegis on the wrong guy for like the current state of the game. Let's give the Ags to the other support, right? Which doesn't
Yeah.
apply at the state of the game.
You
right?
want to see me do it again?
Yeah.
All right, Muerta Gleipnir is back on the menu. Lotus completed and headed towards it.
Yeah.
It is Mars Refresher as well. I believe that's new from last fight.
That's right, yeah.
And
He's gotta
Lincoln's
save
was
for his
Bristle's
buyback.
empty slot.
Yep. And he's going for the Nullifier, which is a pretty good item, especially with the Refresher.
Hmm.
But I could, if it was me, I could never like use all those items, you know? Too much mechanical shit to do.
Yeah, all of his items will have a button.
Yeah. Honestly, right? Yeah. Just buy a Boots of Travel at this point. Come on. Save yourself.
need to make it easier? No, I believe in Complex Louis. Got
Yeah.
those complex fingers, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Gonna look like that Dendy clip on Invoker.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, do you know the one I'm talking about? The one where it's like the close-up of his hand on the keyboard?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
a 2013 like Invoker training clip?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All those like those legacy guys, they have some issues, you know, that's what I like to say. They've had like bad childhoods or some shit, I don't know. I could never play like that, but then again, I'm like a new Dota player, so to speak. So,
Yeah, new age brain. Need less
yeah, I'm like,
actives.
I'm like a Dota 2 player, you know, I'm not a Dota 1 player. I'm not a
Listen.
real fan, you know?
They should add wood back into the game. I want to get wood.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like one of those, like, you see those teenagers wearing like a Nirvana t-shirt and you're like, oh, name 5 songs, right? I'm that guy. I'm like the teenager. Yeah.
Righty. Still just farming up now, Radiant.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking about waiting for the next Roche because they've
That's
struggled
exactly
to
what
get
they're
anything
doing.
done. If they
See,
do
at this
though,
point-
gonna wait out the Storm buyback. It's 4 minutes from now, and unless it's a very fast Roche spawn, Storm will have buyback up again for the next fight in the base.
Yeah, they need to start taking over like the right side, like the triangle. You know, they have a lot of trees everywhere else except that side. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, it's still a dire outpost over there.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the state of the game. You know, like this could have been over like 20 minutes ago, but then they just had to do all this weird shit, and now the game's in like this boring, like nothing's happened for like 5 minutes. You know, state.
That's NA Dota, baby. That's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
That's why Nouns left us.
Gotta go to EU, right? Yeah, holy shit.
No, Nouns full disband. Or
Really?
I don't know if
Wait,
I can call
recently?
it. Yeah. I don't know if
I
I can
thought-
call it a disband. The org left Dota.
Oh, did okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like I saw some games like highlights recently. So.
Oh no. The org left Dota like 2 days ago. Officially.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I saw it like 3 days ago. So.
Yeah,
Wow.
I haven't seen news on whether or not they are like continuing to play the players like orgless, or if there's roster shuffle coming. But that's a big thing for NA Dota. NA Dota's been you know sad for a long time.
Yep, it is. I think
Losing
Nouns is
our-
like one of the
Yeah, losing our top team in the region, like just to go is. It kind of is showing that like if you can't get sponsors for that team, you're really not going to get any for any team, which is
Wait, when you say top team, you mean Nouns, or you mean like in the past, like Shopify or some shit? I don't know.
No, I mean like not like losing Nouns, losing the org for Nouns. If they're struggling to like get any money from sponsors or anything, then you'll no org can.
Yeah. Shopify also had a bit of a
Run into tree and protector, but the quick fingers on the blink gets him out. On the backside, Storm. Oh, not again. He's going to be shackled. There's no way to stop it all the way on the back lines. This is 2 in a row. He's got no buyback either.
Yep, that's it.
125 seconds. They take him down. The arena comes through with the BKBs, keeping Radiant healthy as they jump forward. Complex Lua in with the second, but he'll be taken down as well. And another shackle to hold Muerta in place. But most importantly, no buyback on the Storm for 108.
Yeah, so this is like now it's like Dire's like, okay, we're gonna do the dumb things now, you know, kind of.
Yeah,
So,
they missed the
first
kill
of all-
on they missed the kill on Tree and they just went so deep.
Yeah, so he blinked in to catch like the Storm, but then the Storm zapped in, and then he saw the Wyvern, which is like the much better kill, right? And then he has a refresher on Storm. He should not hesitate with his BKB at this point of the game, especially when you don't have buyback. But he did hesitate, so no BKB use, no refresher use. That's like a pointless death. So, and now the buyback on Morris, and he's dead too.
Well, he's held for now. Golden Brace keeping him healthy. But he's got no no arena, no BKB. Falling low, force him under the tier 4s, and don't tell me they're actually back off of this one.
No, they're just gonna use this. Okay, yeah, they're just gonna push the wave normally. The racks.
50 seconds till Storm. Bilski taking a lot of damage. Roar out onto Bristle. Bilski's low.
BKB running out.
The Bloodstone early as well. Now he's going to be shackled up on the backside. They're hitting into
that's a
his
good
back
bonus.
still, and Bilski's in, but Low is still on the other side of the fight. Muerta trying to take him down. He's living with the tree armor. The Rack's still living. 30 seconds till Storm, and the Winter's Curse coming through. Oh, the team hacks onto Alec.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Arena drop forward on the front break, chopping wood, but again,
They're
Golden Brace
they're
keeping
holding
him healthy on the back lines. 20 seconds till Storm. Filski on the back, starting to fall low again, but they'll take down the Muerta. 110 seconds, no buyback. Wyvern on the back, taken down as well. Just the cores versus the world. The Complex Lua maybe going to take him down. Bray Bloom comes in as well. Ember falling low. Cole needs to get out of there with the Remnant. Bray now chopping wood onto Mars. This time he'll finally have him, but Storm's going to be spawning. 1 second, he's up. Zips in, looking for the Vortex. Hasn't popped the BKB. Now going to get it off. Turning around onto Bray, trying to take him down, but Alchemist able to run away. NKF living under the Glimmer Cape as well. Now into the final death proc and will be taken down, but he's the only one to fall. Bristleback has died, has the buyback available. Turtle zips away, no mana to get himself back to the base. Needs his buddy, needs his Bristle, takes down the Ember, but will lose his buyback. Buyback's back off cooldown, he's in. Wait a second, this game's not over. Cole zipping away, trying to fight him on the side, and he's in onto Filski. And finally, things will calm down as about the 80th Wind Waker through this fight keeps the Beastmaster alive.
This is gonna be one interesting fight recap. Let me see this.
It's gonna be broken.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. It worked. 33k damage versus 31.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it would work. I just say like I want to see the numbers, the stats, and the number of spells used, right?
In for round 2,
shackles.
chopping away on the Ancient. There's no glyph. They need to take these heroes down. The Serpent Ward's hitting as well. Trying to take down the Bristleback. He's got the BKB off, and they're just going to ignore him. Shackle once again on to Storm. He's taken down. The throne goes. 58 minutes. It's over. Whew. What can you do?
I mean, I don't know. I like the joke doesn't apply, but yeah, that's what can you do. That part is true.
Jesus. I mean,
Yeah.
what a game. That also deserved to be over 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It didn't have to be so intense, you know, but I guess people like to put on a show, so.
No, it didn't need to be. It didn't need to be like that at all. The game was 100% over at like 35 minutes.
Yeah, 35. That's it. Like first, that Ag's blessing was all they needed. And just push the tower. They have so many saves. It's just complex is Mars. The enemy team doesn't have to make it complex, you know.
No, I really think that it was kind of both games. Like Radiant, this Cole equals Guts team, kind of threw on the high ground both games.
Yep.
So it's gonna be something to watch in their future series, like to make sure that they don't just continue to do this, like get an advantage early game and then just try and lose.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like a lot of teams have like different attributes to them, right? Like some of them are good at high ground, some of them are good at like laning, some of them are good at like mid game, some are good at comebacks. So I mean, we can see what these guys can do, you know, which is they're not good. They're not the best at like pushing.
Yeah. So on the flip side of what you're good at, there's what you're bad at, and they're not good at closing out games when they have advantage, is what you're telling me.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it looks like, at least with this evidence that I see, you know. So.
Yeah, 60k damage on Ember that game, and this is the no Maelstrom builder. He went it later, but
he went
not the Maelstrom Ember build.
Yeah,
I'm actually interested when he got it exactly, because I kind of looked back and
I think it was something like I think 20ish. 20?
Yeah,
it was like 20 or something. Yeah,
23 minutes. He just bought it in full.
That's right. Yeah, right after the Yule, so he had a really good fight right there. You know, like 3 minutes Yules.
What a weird time to get it.
Yeah, but I guess he kind of like understood that. Yeah, I need to we need to deal some more like hero damage just in case.
You know, actually, what it is he went for this Mage Slayer because they're playing against the bristle timing, and they didn't. He didn't hit the bristle timing. No, like it's so weird. Anyway, we're gonna throw it to break while I get prepped for the next one because I gotta go find the lobby and see if that's up. So.
Okay, sorry.
We're gonna throw it to break and we'll be back with I'll throw it to break after I find who I'm casting so that I can say it.
Okay, sure.
Who sent me where did I send the schedule? Send it somewhere. We'll be back with Yami fans versus Eternal Kings, and maybe they've started already. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Stick around.
And ever since the second grade when you first caught my eye, I know you were different in all the ways I like. I won't hide.